of a sudden it's like, boom, run for your life.
I want you to know that's the first thing that the audience heard from us tonight was
And
you
the
going,
second thing will
boom,
be,
run for your life. Oh no, Hunter's got squeaky toys.
you know it.
All right, well, we are live. Gang's all here. Usual gang's all here. Hardly too long, right? I feel like...
Another couple weeks, right?
Yeah, I think so. But this gang is here. Richard, I was about to say I'm handing it over to you, but I've already been nominated to do the recap.
Yep. I'm trying to remember, like, where did you guys start off last time?
Cool, thanks everyone. So, so we picked up sort of like right as things were getting hectic when the party split, because we got into, please remind me of the name of the town.
Silver Steel.
Thank you, Silver Steel. Because we need to do this whole we need to get this alliance going, right? Like, it'd be good to get this particular like group of dwarves on the side of the alliance. It helps us deal with the Lopaw problem. And you know, it's a good thing to do. This is the good what do you call it? What's the good Mass Effect thing? Paragon outcome. Thank you. This is a good. We're trying to get that good Paragon outcome. So as a result, we need to get the dwarves on board with our alliance. So we get Silver Steel, and we need to find the Silver Beards, or like a related family to the Silver Beards to gain an audience. Because Flash Iron Pan still quite mad at us. So Hunter goes off. He's doing his rogue thing. He's like, I'm gonna scout the city, peace, and then he starts Batmaning.
Well, you guys lock down the wagon while Hunter is like, okay, cool, I'll go look for a building with the Silver Steel.
Right.
Like,
or it was
thing.
the Iron Helms.
Iron Helms, yes.
So you're off to do that. Meanwhile, we park the car, and then we hear Flash Iron Pan and his goons roll up. Like, if you see a Furbolg and a Tiefling and your half-work, right?
If you see any main characters here, fuck them up.
Yeah, basically, if you see these 4 PCs, kill them, or whatever. Meanwhile, we're like trying to hide from them. We duck into a store. We buy some robes to try to like blend in. We do buy the robes, although we don't get a chance to use them too much because I think we just like throw them right on and dart out of there. And Audra's is basically like a sundress. Like, it's not even a real, like, it doesn't cover her all that much.
Which honestly, no one would recognize Audra in a sundress because, like, definitely not her usual style.
That's fair. Although I imagine it's extremely comfy. I've not been in one myself,
right?
but I have a desire to because they seem really
Gotta
comfy.
be breezy.
All right, Sid says it's so. Is it? Okay.
As someone who's spent an entire day in a bathrobe, I feel like it's kind of the same.
All right, again, so from Sid. So we do manage to elude Iron Pan and Co. And we enter the locksmith shop where Hunter has been. Meanwhile, Hunter is just like doing
upping his foot into his mouth.
Basically,
he is taking his foot and putting it directly into his mouth and doing a bad job.
Yeah, he's basically doing like the full Tarantino. He's got like both feet in his mouth and just making a mess of the whole situation.
It's like
so we come in. So we find Hunter in a cage. Now, thankfully, we talk it all over. Hunter gets out of said cage, and the Iron Helms are like...
Anwar smooths things brilliantly.
Yes, because he's got the friend of the Stout Folk background going on.
And because he's Anwar. That's just how we do.
Yeah, there you go. He's Anwar, not Fubar. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we... that all works out, and the Iron Helms are like, we'll take you to the palace, but we have to do it basically under the guise that we have captured you. So we all go in handcuffs. That takes a little bit of negotiating in of itself, but we all go in handcuffs, and we go to the the Silverbeard Palace, and this is where Daddy Silverbeard is reigning. He is the father of Rascal Silverbeard, who is the one that we let live, and brother
He's the king of the whole place, yeah.
Right,
and not a member of Rascal Flats, apparently.
No, and brother to the other Silverbeard back in Stem Garden who was blowed up, and I don't recall that guy's first name, but also related there.
Deceased Silverbeard.
Yeah, Silverbeard the Dead. So we ironically he was named that in life. You think you would have seen it coming. So we talked to the Silverbeard. I love it, Andrew. Love the button. We talked to Silverbeard, and he's like, okay, I agree to like be a part of these peace talks. I will not be going myself. I will be sending my representative to speak for me. Lo and behold, that representative is none other than Flash Ironpan.
Which I see no issues. I think this is going to be an amazing RP opportunity. I think we will see a 500% increase in snark, and everyone's going to love it.
So speaking of...
We'll see something, all right. I think that's everything, right? We didn't do like a terribly lot of stuff because it was pretty like involved episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, the TLDR is you did eventually get Lord Silverbeard, King Silverbeard, to agree to attend these peace talks to form like an alliance with this confederation of tribes that that already exists. And what was I gonna say? I completely lost it. I'm off to a great start, guys. But yeah, he decided to send good old Flash Ironpan instead of himself because he didn't want to get killed, and he felt like barbarians were going to kill him if he stepped foot outside his mountain.
Which, fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the Silverbeards did seriously screw over a lot of people when the Empire came into town. They kind of sold them out and ended up working with the Empire.
Fascist leaders tend not to have long retirements.
Yeah.
They tend to have very short ones.
Yeah. So we'll skip forward a little bit, but definitely Flash Ironpan going along with you. It's a little awkward at first. He doesn't take much with him. He just carries a little satchel around his shoulder. And besides that, he's like, all right, I'm ready to go. And he'll just hitch a ride in the back of your wagon.
At some point before we go, Anwar is going to ask if he wants to bring any of those spider bots with him as a, form of defense in case things go like,
No, I do not think it would be a good investment. You see that you have already proven that they would just get destroyed.
Yeah, you're right. They're not very good, are they?
But they didn't work, but like they could help.
They are great for mining, and I was hoping that they would help secure you safely, but that did not go well. So why would I waste any more?
Well, you realize it would be better to lose some of them in a fight than one of us.
I disagree. Let's go.
See, snark is already up.
Yep.
It's brilliant. I love it.
Definitely after riding in the wagon for a while, just gonna be like bumping in the back quite a bit.
I'm going to quietly, at some point, whisper to Anwar, "Hey, do you have any like funnel or something that can push yak fart into like the seat behind me?"
Not currently, but I can get you a draft by end of day.
Let's ponder that. All right.
You're whispering that, and like in frame, Audra's just like turning around, just like behind you guys, like
out of focus.
We're back here. We're back here.
Yeah, exactly. The two fighters are in the back, like what?
Anwar, didn't you have the ability to make these little gadgets that could produce a smell?
I do. I can make like 3 of them.
I will leave this party so fast.
Honestly, I was thinking I could like use them as like music for the ride or something like that. Just
sweet. I
actually like it wouldn't be the most advanced.
That's a different direction, but I like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, you remember what was it? Rick and Morty was like human music. Interesting. Like that's what Anwar could make with it.
Yeah.
Richard, you said we're like skipping forward a bit, so we're being long rested, yeah?
You will be by the time that we cut to camp.
Okay, so don't hit any buttons yet.
I'll let you know when you're long rested.
Okay.
But right now, no.
No problem.
So just a couple things ago. So yeah, I would say that. Well, first of all, you have a choice to make. If you look on the map, I've set out 3 different points, and if you want a variation of any of these, go for it. Right now, based off of when you're expecting Mazadon to get to Riverbed, you could either take the fastest way, which is like get on a ship and head straight down the river. You'll get there in like a day. Just because it could go like all day, all night kind of thing. However, you would have Lopaw's chain to deal with at Crab Claw. That could present its own problems, but maybe you could get around them. And so if you took the fastest way, you could get to Riverbed before Mazadon does. You could take the way where you just kind of like hug the coast in between the river and the woods where there's a bit of farmland and stuff. If you do that, by the time you hit nightfall, we'll be around the site of the logging camp. So if you wanted to check in on the logging camp, you could. And then you will likely show up in Riverbed around the same time as Mazadon. Could be a little before, could be a little after, could be like right around that time. So that's option number 2. Option number 3 is you could go through the woods, but given that it's a rougher terrain and harder to get through with all of the the yaks and the wagon and stuff, you could stop by Kami House and do any stuff you want to do there, or Inger's place or anything like that. But then you would get there. You would most likely get there after Mazadon would have already arrived to Riverbed. So which way would you guys like to go?
I'd actually like to suggest right off the bat an option D, which is the second path you said, but so it's it's Hunter's cart, but Otter's also she has her own back home, so she's also practiced in steering it, and like could then like drive it through the night while others are sleeping, and that way we just keep moving.
Well, I mean the yaks also need to sleep.
Yeah, that's the thing with the yaks. Yeah, you can't just go.
Do they?
I have carrots, so that should be able to run them through the night, right?
Okay. I was gonna say we could do the ship, but then flub the manifest so that our names aren't on the manifest, and just like doctor up some identification, unless they're doing like a full search.
Well, what one thing you would have known by this point, there's been no ships coming in or out since all this shit went down. So like any ship coming through, no matter what the manifest is, would be like, what the fuck's going on? Just so you know, like based off of what you guys would know about the area.
Gotcha.
Like, there's been no ships coming in or out for a while.
Personally, I don't want to mess with any more potential low Paul shenanigans. So I'm on my vote's for Red Path.
As is mine.
That makes sense. All right. And then that wooded would be a longer path, but more hidden.
Would be more hidden. You could definitely stay far enough away from Lopaw. Like you're not hugging the river the whole time. There is a fair amount of field in between. The only place where it kind of pinches a bit is like where that logging area was. So you would likely.
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant the green path.
Oh yeah, the green path is definitely like. It's a lot more rough terrain because you're going through woods and stuff. There's not like a clear road through it.
And that wasn't the magic woods, was that?
No, that's down here. That's the magic woods is down here. This woods up here is where Kami House and Inger's house are.
All right, I guess Red Path it is then.
Sid, what about you?
I would also say, since we are passing nearby the woods, if we wanted to use Twig as a messenger for whatever reason, I know we're meeting up with Caleb and Mazadon and the rest of the Riverbed crew, but now would be a good time when we make camp near there to use Ascending and see if he could link up with us. And if there's any correspondence we want to have him do, that would be a good time. If nothing else, he could just join us, because it might be helpful to have him with us.
FYI, I can't do Ascending until we've rested.
Got it. This is the same day as us getting James Bond trapped and everything.
Yep.
Okay. I feel like, by the way, with these options, you know how when you're like you're like finding a route in a map app and it gives you like options, whatever. I feel like we're just like ticking the box instead of no tolls. It's like no low pause, please, along this route.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess Reddit is.
Okay. And I guess I shouldn't say that no boats have gone through the chain. There may have been some like smaller boats, like rowboats and stuff like that, but like certainly like a big dwarven ship would raise eyebrows.
Right.
Yeah, that would definitely they would want to search.
Yeah. So if you want to go red line, then yeah, you travel along for a while. Certainly at first it's definitely like bumpy in the back, and so Flash Iron Pan will just kind of be like rumbling and be like, Unbar! I thought you would have built a sturdier ride. Does 3-axis gimbal mean nothing to you?
Not really that kind of artificer. I kind of have more pressing things to deal with. You know, like empires and stuff.
You're missing out on where all the money is. The money is in convenience.
I mean, I didn't have Anwar build this thing.
Well, maybe you should have. This is a very bumpy ride.
You don't get a sorcerer to...
though, so...
Yeah, there's that.
Don't worry, Flash. It's on my to-do list right after freeing the region, making sure there's established safety, and the world is saved. It's right after all those things are done.
So like next week, I guess?
Yeah, maybe 2 weeks. Give me...
Maybe 2. Yeah. A lot of back and forth.
3 days.
After some squabbling, eventually you will get towards nightfall, and then you will have the question of, do you want to try to like go near and check in on that logging area, or do you want to avoid it and like go around a bit and camp out in the woods a little bit?
I think we should avoid it.
I mean, if we avoid it, but then make it close enough where Hunter could run off and scout it out and report back, I think that might be cool. Unless you guys just want to leave it way over there.
My concern is that they'll recognize the people that destroyed it. But if we're being sneaky sneaks, I'm not completely against somebody just like dipping over there to check it out. But direct interaction, maybe not.
If you can scout it without getting thrown in a cage, then you can go and scout it.
All right, yeah. I mean, I'm not even gonna go in it. Flash to him inside the walls.
Interesting. You're like hung upside down from like a rack, like guys.
All I said was that their wood sucked.
Now I can deal with this.
All right. So you guys will kind of go over and park your cart a little further away and camp out in the woods?
Yeah.
All right. So eventually you will do that. And as everybody's kind of getting out, you guys kind of have your routine of like how you set stuff up and everything. And Flash Iron Pan is going to pull out a little metal cube. And he's going to just kind of look for kind of a good space, got a good kind of 10-foot by 10-foot clearing. And then he's going to put the cube down and just kind of back up. He's like, hey, everybody, you want to back up for this one. And then he's going to utter a word in Dwarvish.
Oh, what is this going to do? Like make a tent for you or something?
Something like that. And then a mini-size portress. Rather than 20 feet by 20 feet by 30, it's 10 by 10 by 15. But a mini portress just...
That's awesome.
Goes up in there. Well, everybody, I wish you well. I am going to bed for the night. Please do not be offended that I do not feel the safest around you. I'm going to go in here and leave protection in my own hands.
But you have a lot of space in there. That's quite the... Are there 2 levels? It looks like there's a rafters area.
Yeah, there's 2 levels. Plus, you can get to the top to the roof.
You know, if he needed room, he didn't need this clearing. He could have put it in his butt.
while the
in your butt.
While they're like talking about like there seems like there's so much room, Audra's again just in the back of frame, just unrolling the bedroll, just not even looking at it, just like, yep, all right. Oh.
That would be the part. That would be the part in the scene where Anwar looks over at his tent, and then like it just like completely collapses in on itself.
Yeah.
I think Hunter, while he's like scavenging for firewood, is also going to collect a bunch of bugs, and then later on climb up a tree and hop onto the top, and just like crack the top open and let a bunch of bugs in, and then leave. That's a little campsite prank to do later.
I think you would need to make a thieves' tools check to get inside that thing.
Oh, isn't infestation like a 4th level spell?
I think it's a cantrip.
I don't know. I was just talking shit.
I think you're thinking of like plague swarm or something like that.
Probably. I mean, it's bugs, so it's the same thing.
Looks like he's pretty good at his craft. You try to like get in it, like it's not budging.
I could have taken 20, or taken 10. Oh well, that's fine. I'll
What am I gonna do with all these bugs?
I'll just dump the. You know what? This was a goof, but I will swear those are going to come in handy later. So I'm going to add bag of bugs to my inventory and just see what happens.
All right, Oogie Boogie.
Right?
You know, they're not like immortal, right? They'll just be dead bag of bugs at some point.
I mean, yeah.
I can't wait for that to come in handy someday, though, truly.
Campaign 1 year later. Bag of bugs.
You throw dried out husks at them.
You're going to slap somebody with it, like the pillowcase full of batteries, just like... Just the most disgraceful attack you can do to somebody.
It's the ricin from Breaking Bad. It'll show up in like 3-4 seasons.
Yeah.
So, Hunter, are you going off and checking out the logging camp, or are you staying put with everybody else?
I mean, I let everyone know. So if there's anything they want to like set me up with or ask me or whatever beforehand, like they know where I'm going to be.
Or if anyone wants to go with you, anything like that, whatever you want to do.
Anyone? Comments? Questions?
Do you want somebody to shadow you? Not like closely, but enough to be on guard if something happens?
I mean, alright, if you want to like be there to like grab the rest of the gang if something shitty happens, because I don't plan on like going inside the walls. I was going to just like scope shit out.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, buddy system. Right
buddy
on.
System, I feel, might be okay.
Yeah, you're probably onto something there.
I'll follow him, but like not follow him. Like I'm gonna keep my distance, so if something weird happens, it's not gonna be both of us.
Technically, can't you hunters mark him to like keep an eye on?
I actually can, yeah.
Alrighty. So you go ahead and do that, and so while Hunter and Chimera are off, I think Flash is going to kind of poke over at Anwar. I'm sure Audra's like close by too and can hear all this. Audra, if you want to chime in, go ahead.
Yeah.
But Flash Pan's gonna be like, so you really think that peace is going to be possible with these barbarians?
At this point where like Anwar is like setting up his tent again, and then like right as he hears that, like it falls over like a third time.
Audra will walk over and like take the mallet and spikes from you and be like, just have your conversation.
He's just kind of like up on the second floor of his fortress, just kind of elbow out, looking at the murder hole. He's like, so you really think that this is going to happen?
Just because something hasn't happened before doesn't mean it's impossible. It's just gonna take some finessing.
Well, best of luck with that. You know, I've been around a very long time. I'm nearly 200 years old, you know. And I've seen this whole region long before the Empire was here. If you ask me, things were never better than before the Empire. Before the Empire, there was constant raiding and squabbles over land and resources and stuff. It was chaos and blood in the streams and everything. And gosh, the last 30 years with the Empire were the most peaceful 30 years I've seen in my lifetime.
And most profitable, I'm assuming.
Well, of course. I mean, commerce is the best thing for peace. People do not fight each other when they are doing business with each other.
People were still fighting, even if you didn't see it.
Well, not nearly as many. You may see the Silverbeards as the bad guys for taking over some lands, but you should have seen who was here occupying these lands before. Look at Lopa, for instance. His father was not very different.
That's the thing. And part of me wants to see the Silverbeards as a bad thing. But on some level, I get it. I get going along with it to protect your family, to protect your house. There's a reason why we're not handing them over to Lopa. We're trying to build something that'll last.
What do you call a win, as someone whom will go into these negotiations?
A win? Such a foreign concept to me. I guess if we can work out an alliance, whether it's trade or military or no, if we can get them all to sit at one table and not immediately kill each other and agree to work together, that's a win. I get that we're trying to upend decades of conflict, and we have everything working against us. But this is the only way we win long term, is working together.
Well, if you have a god to pray to and if you have a genie lamp to rub, I would do it now, because you'll need all of it for that to work. But hey, what can I say? I mean, it's in my best interest for this to work, at least in this meeting too, because if a peace deal cannot be reached, I feel like I'll be the first one to lose my head.
This is true. Which, speaking of, I wanted to ask, you and Silverbeard, he turned you over real quick. Are you guys on good terms? Or does he just really trust you?
Roll an insight for me real quick.
If he was drinking something, I hope he spit it up.
No, he's just been looking really like condescending down. He just says, I believe he trusts me quite well, but, I'd better make sure that I earn that trust. Certainly after today, if things go well, I think I'll secure my spot as his most trusted friend.
Flash, I know we've had our differences and clearly we don't get along, but aren't you the least bit curious, as a dwarf of science and engineering, to see something built that's never been done before? To see what's possible?
Persuasion on that.
Here comes the -1 modifier.
I feel like Anwar rolls more persuasion rolls than anyone else.
That's what happens when I don't play a face, is I get all the, I'm all out of Flash of Geniuses, but I can do a guidance. So let's do that.
Okay.
Very 9. Not even 10.
I'm quite curious to see how I can save my own head, so that's enough for me. Does Audrey have anything she wants to add to any of this, or is she just kind of staying quiet and going to bed?
She's in the back, just ting ting ting, helping set up Anwar's tent while he's having the conversation. But whenever Flash is done, he closes his murder hole windows, whatever. She'll walk over to Anwar and just, hey, I know you might think this peace talk situation is as you said, something that's never been done before and something that requires finesse. But, to me, that sounds exactly like you and all the things you've invented. So I'd say you have a precedent for being able to pull these things off. As for your tent, I think this bad boy is nice and set up now. And let me just roll a quick odds evens as she gives it the good old slap. And yes, it falls apart once again. Just, maybe we work together on this. You hold one end, I hold the other.
Sleep under the stars. I'm just kidding. It's fine.
Cutting over to Hunter and Chimera. Hunter first, Chimera shortly behind. So you get closer to the log area to get close enough to really get a good view of anything. I'm going to need a stealth roll, please.
Okay. I don't suppose I can take 10 on it, huh?
Yeah, you can take 10. That's fine. If you really want to take your time kind of crouching up. You don't have to speed through it. You can be really careful.
Yeah, 17 is nothing to scoff at. It ain't the best, but I really don't want to nat 1 on this.
Okay. So you do the 17?
I immediately regret my decision. Yeah, continue.
You kind of sneak up, and eventually you hear shouting from a distance. Halt! Here goes there!
I'm gonna mess with my voice a little bit. I'm going to disguise self. I'm gonna pop behind a tree, disguise self into just a regular hunter, and I'm gonna have my longbow out or my short bow out. I'm gonna pop back out. Just looking for dinner here.
Oh, oi! Just you?
I think so.
Roll a deception for me. Oh, well, if you don't mean any harm, why don't you come on in? We got some food here for you.
No, I've been looking for a good hunt for a while. Just don't mind me. I'll be on my way back to camp in a bit. Sorry for intrusion.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Roll perception for me real quick.
I could use the fresh air.
All right. You can tell that this is not one of the dwarves that you've gone against before. His accent's different. You look over, you can kind of see a silhouette. There's kind of a bit of a fire that is coming up from behind him. You can tell he's kind of up on one of the guard things. It appears to be human, like kind of long hair.
Where are you hail from, friend?
Sorry, what?
Where are you hail from, friend?
What?
What's your name?
Oh! It's Harris!
Fuck you, Harris! No.
Fuck you!
Where you hail from, friend, Harris?
Well, I spent some time over in the town of Styx, but we've made a bit of a town of our own here. We're calling it Riverwood.
Oh, do you now?
Yeah.
You know those Flare Slayer lads, friends, folks.
Hey, yeah, I've heard of them.
What are your thoughts on them?
Killing some squid sounds good to me.
I'm gonna drop the disguise. Dang, man, that's good to hear.
Hey! And he's going, you remember me? You hired us for a job? It's me, Hans! Hey!
I'm trying
over here, look!
Trying so hard not to copy your accent right now, man.
You just see an unamused Braun like, oh yeah, I know those guys.
Hey there, Braun. Good to see you. Hey, Cammy, I think we're good. You want to talk to some friends? You don't have to.
Like, hey guys, you'll never guess who it is. Look up here.
We're celebrities over here.
Yeah, so other people start coming up, you see more people come up over on the guard tower on the other side of the kind of barrier gate entrance, and you see kind of like, so you're like, oh hey, we know these guys.
Hell yeah.
Oh hey. Yeah, we kind of do know those guys. Wow.
Badass.
I forgot there was one named Bingo. Jesus Christ.
Bingo, Loco, Harrison, Braun, and Saul. Better call Saul.
So you made a town.
Yes, it's only got a couple buildings so far, and one of them we had to finish. But yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a good location.
Damn right it is. All right. Well, should we tell the group or what?
Oh yeah, we definitely need to tell the group. I feel like this might come up in a talk later.
You sure you don't want to stay for a bite to eat or a cup of ale?
All right,
No.
one cup of ale and then
how far away are we from Lopez Casa? Like it's a couple miles down the river, right?
Yeah, it's... Sorry, let me look real quick.
Because I'm still uncomfortable even then.
But the thing is, they'll hide us here. Like,
maybe.
I've got folk hero status. Like, they will hide us.
You should just put that as your background if it's not already.
It is. That's my background.
Is it really?
Folk hero. Yeah.
I think you guys are like a good 10, 15 mile. Wait, sorry. I think before I said it was like 3 to 5 miles upriver.
It was close-ish. It wasn't super far
5
though.
miles upriver.
Either way, we're against the tide here. They'd have to come upstream.
Yeah, but we've already pissed them off.
Fuck them. We'll piss them
so
off
many
again.
times over. God damn it!
You know,
correct.
right
We absolutely will.
Yeah. I mean, we're supporting our troops here. You know, we're getting in there. We're raising morale. They get to party with rock stars, with legends here, with some heroes. What do you say? 1 pint, and then we head back.
God damn it, Andrew!
Cut to 2 o'clock in the morning.
You get 1 drink, and I'm staying out here.
You're staying out there?
I don't feel that it's prudent that we trust a whole lot of people right now.
Who wants to hang out with Cammy of the Flayer Slayers?
We are leaving now.
Rolls like, I do.
Shit.
Got an update for her.
Oh shit! Yeah, I gotta talk to him, I guess.
All right, 2 drinks. 2 drinks and we're out.
One drink.
Cammy's right. 3 drinks and we're done.
God damn it.
They open the gate and they let you in.
What's the update? They killed him because that's all we need.
Saul will find a time to kind of tell you, like, just so you know, you hired me to do a job.
I did, yeah.
That job's complete.
Oh, good.
What was the job again?
I don't think any of the PCs know except for Kamira.
Right.
It was the one person we let go, right? From the from the fort.
Oofy doofy.
I had a man killed. I'm not proud of it. But maybe now in hindsight it was probably for the best given our track record.
Technically we've all had a man killed or 2 or 5.
Right. But this is one that was let go. And I asked this gentleman to help me out, as he did, and I appreciate that greatly.
Hunter, stares blankly for, 5 solid seconds, kind of like you see the wheels turning. And finally, it's like he found the page he's looking for, oh.
Yeah, the one that Audra decided to look like her dead sister to speak with,
and
then let him go. I did not feel that was a good idea.
Yeah, so... I was waiting for that to bite us in the ass. So thank you for closing that loop.
Oh, good.
That is a weight off my shoulders.
I was worried about that for a minute.
Yeah.
So, are you finished with your drink?
Well, I'm a chief now, so if you I mean, we only got 12 people in here, but it's a start. It's basically the 5 of them. Like, I think technically I could probably grab one over. There's another Gabo. And like 2 other women and a couple kids.
Oh.
But this
All
is
right.
I mean, this might be a good place to send people if they're, I don't know, wayward.
Yep. Well, yeah, if there's anything I can do for you, as a chief,
Wow, promotion.
Get used to the role, so anything we can do for you, happy to oblige. You all you did a lot of good work. The stories are true about you slaying a Flayer.
Yep, that's one story that's true. We're kind of racking up stories at this point. Not all of them good ones, but doing what we can.
One of which we should probably be getting back to.
Yeah, I'm still halfway through my first drink, and you said 3, Cammy.
Darling.
You're right.
Gonna grab
4.
Him. Come
You're
on.
right. You're right. 4 would be, any less than 4 would be uncouth.
For the sake of timing and humor, unless any of you have anything with these guys, we can cut back to Chimera Dragon Hunter back to camp.
That works. Andrew has to work on number 2.
I will say, as Hunter's probably drinking his drinks, Kim would like to check out the area, just kind of see what they're outfitted for, just have the information in her back pocket.
Yeah, basically the only muscle they have is these 5 guys. Everybody else is kind of like civilian level, but it seems like they've taken on wives or girlfriends or whatever. It seems like a couple of them have kids. They're trying to just build a little tiny community based off of a settlement that they found.
Nice.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely drag him back.
All right. There's definitely like some communal living going on too, because there's really just those 2 buildings and like maybe a couple tents have been set up, but it's not that big of an area. Just to remind you, like the whole is like literally the size of the whole town. Just be this.
Oh yeah, guys, we stormed that whole thing, just us before.
Yep.
What a good spot.
So, cutting back, is there any talks you guys want to do while you're all back together after, it seems like Hunter needs a minute and is like puking a little while,
No, I wasn't.
No? Okay. Just looking for an excuse on how to handle Andrew not being here, but...
It, so that went well. Mostly well. That lot that we hired, they live there now. And they were friendly, as you can tell. So, thumbs up, everybody.
Richard, I'm sorry, I know Sid asked, but I forgot. How far away from us is this camp?
You guys probably camped out like just like 5 minutes down. Like you're out of sight of the logging camp, but you're really close.
I wanna give them another. I'll do another one of my weapon makey things and give them one in the morning. I can't do it now because I'm out of divine whatchamacallits, channel divinity. But I wanna do another one of those guys in the AM.
What materials are you using, and what do you make for them?
Yeah, that's what I was just pulling up a list. I think I'm gonna just gonna make let's see. How many fighters were there?
There's a total of 5. They're all like non-playable things. Like one is a pirate, one's a pikeman, one's a scout archer, one's a soldier, one's a scoundrel.
So, okay, I can what's the chief guy? What does he fight with?
Oh, he's the pirate.
Okay, what does he fight with?
He's got one of those falchions and a short sword and a shield.
Okay. I will, because this cost me money to make, so I'm not trying to like just like lose all my money. But I like doing it for folks. I think I'm gonna just to save a little bit of money this time. I'm gonna make a spear. I guess the pikemen can maybe wield it, but I'm gonna make a spear. So that's just gonna cost me 1 gold. But I'm gonna make them a spear, and like I said, this will be in the AM. But so she'll get up like early so she can do that, because I imagine like Cammy and Hunter will just relay all of that to Anwar and Otter when they get back to camp. So I'm gonna use my divinity. I'm gonna make them a spear, and it'll kind of like, I want it to like sort of symbolize us, like the 5 slayers. So it'll just be like, I'll just do like a basic like design for everybody, right? Like, like a basic fire in it, like for Anwar, and like, like some horns for Hunter, whatever, right? Just like really, really basic, almost rune work, if you will, along the hilts. And so she'll make that for them and give it over in the morning. And we can like fast forward it then if you want, or whenever we're on the way, I'll hand it over.
Okay. Okay, so you go ahead and do that. Is there anything else you guys want to do before you kind of make your way over to Riverbed?
I think the night before, when we return, and then like we would talk to this group when we go turn in the sword. I mean, Hunter's thinking like, if they've established a small town here, this would be the great workings of a small town, right? So if we can send them a few more people, so they can get some like farming and some sort of sustainable logging going on, then like that's something else on lock that like isn't being done like in a negative way. They're not using slave labor. It's like a community that's doing the thing.
Yeah. So you're saying you'd want to do that when you get back into town?
Well, we would talk to the rest of the group about it when Cammy and Hunter return, and then like we could pitch it to them when we bring the sword to them, to be like, hey, what do y'all think about this idea? If the group has any insight or any,
yeah, they'd be like, well, it's got to be the right people and everything, but yeah, if you know some stand-up people who might want to be a part of something new, then yeah, that'd be great. If you could find a druid for us to help like start new growth too, that'd be great.
Hell yeah.
Where's Tao when you need him?
Right?
What were you trying to do? You're trying to bring other people there?
Yeah, I mean, we could send some more. Yeah, because right now, if it's just like a small group and some of their family, getting some more hands on there to like really establish this as a small town, especially one that can like work on farming. They're right on the water, so they can. That's more trade.
Not from any place in particular. Just saying, hey, come move to a settlement.
Right, like, and this would be kind of passed along to Paul and like the people in the governance,
Gotcha.
Us being able to say like, here's a spot, it's getting established, re-established. That's all I got.
Gotcha.
I had to mute for dog noises that time. Doggy upstairs. I don't have any other RP for the evening. Honestly, I think like if Audra's not already asleep by the time our scouts get back, she will be like immediately after.
Alrighty. So, yeah, it'll be about another day and a half to get back into town, but it's pretty much smooth sailing the whole way by this point.
Cool. I don't know if there's like anything extra with handing over the spear to our merc friends or chief friends now, but
do you try into trying to promote the becoming or anything, or is it just kind of like, here you go, just as a friendly gesture?
I mean, she's not trying to like, shove it down anyone's throats or anything, but it would be like, handing it over like, because we've worked with them before, right? So they know us. So just like, here's just something to remember us all by that I made for you. I've named it the Slayer's Spear. I know you have a pikeman among you, but any of you are welcome to use it to defend your town. And remember, whoever wields it, it is thanks to the Becoming's magic that was able to be forged. That and the association that you have with our party. So thank you for your help when we needed it, and I hope that spear can come in handy when you need it.
That's awfully nice of you. Well, I hope this is the beginning of a great and beautiful friendship.
I feel like that has already begun amongst our parties.
Funny, isn't it, how you start off as banished criminals and work your way up to being honest to good citizens? Feels good.
Indeed.
Alrighty. Well, good seeing y'all.
Take care.
Yeah.
Did the faction have a name? Their like bandit name or?
Well, we were the Magnificent Seven, but then two of us died, so now we're just the Fantastic Five.
Oh.
But as far as namings go for the thing, I mean, it's kind of not very original, but you know, Riverwood, so just Riverwood. If you got any better ideas, we're open to suggestions.
Oh, there's riverbed up the ways, so that might be a little.
There might be some confusion there. I guess if everything named itself River along the river, it'd get real confusing real fast.
Like there'd be a lot of like mail getting lost.
How about firewood? Because what cleared the way for this place was some fire, right?
I mean, everywhere uses firewood.
Right, but like, to create this new town, fire was introduced to the wood to like clear out the old and replaced with the new, right?
I don't know. Looking at all these stumps around here, I'm pretty sure they're just chopped down, not burned down.
Oh, yeah, I mean like inside the gates. Y'all had some reconstruction to do, huh?
Oh, is that why the building that we took over was like 90% done? Because it burned down before?
Yeah, we did some things we ain't proud of. In
So
the name of the resistance.
Alrighty. Well, we'll put firewood under consideration then.
How about ash water? Nope.
That sounds like ass water.
Yeah, that's not a good mouthfeel.
Does sound like ass water. Definitely not.
You know, y'all can vote on it. You know, we'll figure it out.
But I take your point about Riverwood being a bit confusing, so we'll think of something else.
Yeah. I mean, Riverwood is not... Anyway, alright.
Alrighty then.
Farewell!
Fare thee well, gentlemen and ladies. Alrighty. So, yeah, another day and a half goes by. Unless there's anything that people have for travel or whatever, we'll take you right over to when you guys get to Riverbed.
Do we have any good quips for Iron Pan?
Iron Pan definitely kept his distance and did not really go over to the town during all this.
Understand? He wasn't invited, so that's fine.
That's good. I don't really want him to see our newly appropriated workshop anyways. So, if he wants to hang out on the outside of town, that's fine.
Yep.
I think somewhere down the road, Hunter's gonna just kind of like, "Hey, Iron Pan, you still back there?"
Oh, I was just saying during the whole time you were in this new little town, he just stayed out of.
Oh yeah, on the ride
Riverbed,
back.
He'll walk with you guys to Riverbed. He's like, I am not going to stay that far away from you. I mean, you are my main protection.
Okay,
I will
dang.
get slaughtered if I am left alone in the wrong part.
Well, I was hoping you'd fall out of the wagon, but that's fine. Okay. Just checking in. Flesh ass cabbage? Is that the... No, Flash Iron Pan, my bad.
Alright, so we're now officially 2 days later than when you were up in the Iron Root Mountains. And when you get there, when you get to Riverbed and you kind of get back to the huge wall that, while has its downsides, you also kind of see it as a hallmark of home sweet home. You see the big wall again, and when you do it, as you get towards the gate, you see that on the other side of the gate, there's kind of a big crowd that's formed, and way up, like high, like towering over everyone else, is Mazadon, and next to him, another person kind of towering above, a good foot or two above the crowd, is Tamsin. And you see Caleb there, along with a couple other people. You see Igor the Bastard. You see another person who some of you may recognize. You see that alongside Caleb is a man named Terry, who is dressed quite well. Basically, as you see, like dreadlocks, very well kept goatee and everything. Some of you would recognize him as he was STEM Garden's one of their lead librarians. And he has been a good friend of Caleb's for a long time. And so he's there, and so there's just a whole greeting party, essentially, for two of the big three. And there's just all sorts of people come over to be like, oh my god, I want to take a look at these guys. Some of the barbarians who have moved into Riverbed recognize them, and they're just kind of cheering them on and everything, and other people are just looking in awe because they've never seen these people before, but they've heard about them. They've been legendary for so long now. They're like, oh my god, they're bigger than I thought they were. Probably there's a couple people in the back being like, they're not as big as they were told to me. I was told they were 15 feet tall. So you get but there's just like a huge crowd around all these people. And then you see that Caleb is looking fancier than he's ever looked before. He's in like a really nice, what's the word for it? That's like nice leather clothing.
What, Dad?
He's still got his big muscles and everything, but this just kind of gives you an idea of something more. He's way more formal than you've ever seen him in his life, and he doesn't look that comfortable with it. But he's just kind of like nervously just kind of bowing down in respect to Mazadon, and you just kind of see a whole crowd going there. There's some talking, but you guys are still kind of further out. You can't make out what they say. What do you guys do?
Audra does not approach any of them. She's gonna move with however the party moves. But if people like look at her, when we first encountered Lowpaw at Cammy House, Audra had big like notice me senpai energy. And that energy upon seeing Tamsin is immediately back. They're just like, notice me, you're cool, I want to be cool. Like,
I will let everybody else roll insight real quick to see if anyone else spots this on Audra, which they should be able to recognize this look on her by now, which is why I'm giving you each a chance to notice.
Well, I think Hunter is too focused on like, alright, is Tamsin gonna think I'm cool?
What did you...
-50.
Oh.
Hunter, you're so I can't focused on Paul right now that you're not looking at Audra, but Chimera and Anwar, who have like had things with Audra in the past, look over like, no. You notice immediately that look again.
Audra like looks and sees like the two, like probably at least Chimera giving like the mom look of like the like whatever, and Audra's like, no, it's not. I promise, it's not about the strength this time. Mazadon said they were like really smart and stuff. I want to know about that.
It's not the strength that bothers me. It's the degree of...
Am I not allowed to be excited about things?
You're absolutely allowed to be excited about things, but when they get you into a position that is emotionally, physically abusive and manipulative is when I have an issue.
Just don't put people on pedestal. Remember the pedestal conversation? Pedestal conversation. Just be cool. They're just people.
All right, be cool. Yeah,
we're all just people.
I had to also just reiterate, I do not intend to make the same mistakes as the Lowpaw situation. You all have my word on that.
Is like Tamsin has like real rad hair and like bad tattoos and like his dress is like an absolute unit.
It's
and, like,
so cool.
Dang, dude, she is cool, isn't she?
I know.
Like,
and suddenly Hunter's on Audra's side with this.
Oh, Hunter was always on your side. You just didn't know it.
But rest assured, I will not repeat the Lopaw situation.
Absolutely
I've pledged
not.
that to all of you.
Because see, if Tamsin choked you, then you'll like
go
it.
up to Kamira and say, so how long do we think until Audra gets decked in the face? Thinking a couple days? Maybe the lands meet?
I think maybe before the lands meet. Maybe.
Okay, all right. I'll take that bet.
How long before she gets a haircut?
Oh,
Match.
That is... I don't have enough gold to bet on that.
All right, I'm not even joking.
I do.
100% not even kidding. Richard and I talked about a haircut for Audra pre-time skip or post-time skip to match Tamsin's hair.
That's hilarious.
I'm not even joking.
Mira gets her gold.
What is the Mean Girls thing? They're like, I saw that she wore like khakis and a crop top, so I wore khakis and a crop top.
You punch me in the face. It was awesome.
It was awesome.
It's get in loser, but we're all on like the back of it.
Flip-flops.
We're all in the yak cart saying get in loser. Oh man.
So you guys are kind of all talking amongst yourselves, and eventually you see Caleb kind of motion over to Terry, who is he just kind of guides them along, and Macedon and Tamsin seem to start heading in the direction of one of the inns. And so it seems like they're turning away from you. They're heading off in a different direction, and Caleb is still just kind of like sitting there, or just kind of standing there waiting for them to kind of go, and starts kind of looking around to gauge everybody's reaction to this thing that just happened. And he'll happen to spot you as you're just kind of there on the other side of the gate, and be like, "Oh, get over here."
Get over here.
Oh, hey, Paul. How you doing?
A little bit of a tense situation there, but I think we're handling it okay. Didn't fully appreciate that, being chief of all this is meaning that we're signing up to be part of some confederacy of tribes, but that's alright. I a little bit misunderstood the situation, but I get it. We need to have alliances. We gotta stand strong against this empire, at least till it's gone. So, for the time being, I think we're just, we're gonna be working with them.
Alright, first off, so good to see you. Missed you. Love you so much, Paul. Second off, what are you wearing?
They put me in this.
Oh,
I was supposed to make me look more official or something.
You look all fancy
very well.
You do. You look all fancy pants now.
I love how his face in this image conveys the "I don't want to be wearing this" emotion. It's so good. I didn't even notice it as I was photoshopping it. I did not notice until just now, where I'm like, "This is the perfect expression of like."
It's very good.
These itch.
Yeah. Thank you, Tony, for photoshopping that today.
Yeah.
It was quick and easy. No problem.
Yeah. So yeah. I feel like I'm a little out of the loop. They came here to be part of some kind of peace talks or something.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember. Did you guys message Caleb as well, or not? I know you had limited amounts.
We hand waved a lot of stuff, but now that we're here, we might as well.
Oh, I'm sorry. Speaking of, we were gonna message Twig on the way, or is that fine? Is that an off-screen thing that's being handled? Sorry,
yeah,
I completely forgot.
You can say that you did that, and like Twig probably like ran up and caught up with you before you even got into town.
Okay.
So yeah, Twig was just kind of along the ride in the wagon. He's like, hey, those the big ones? Man, that's big. That's really big.
Cool. I just want to make sure I tick it off of my spell list.
Okay. Well,
Hell yeah. Well, remember,
right, I
Paul,
guess they're here. Well, I mean, for right now, I set them up over in the inn, making them feel awfully nice and good and everything. And had I known that you were here, I would have introduced you to right now.
Paul. I'm sure you're doing great.
We've met them before.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get the broad strokes here. We're trying to set up a peace thing with the dwarves.
That's right. The dwarves and the orcs. Lopal has a history. There was something I was thinking about.
I tell you, that's like the #1 political thing they got going on right here, right now. Is like, what do we do with the dang Silverbeards and that whole kingdom over there in the Anru Mountains?
Right.
Because they were controlling here, now they're not. But business is not really good right now. We got nothing much more than agriculture going on right now. We could use a bit more industry. So some people are saying we should go kill those guys. Other people are saying we need to get some industry back. We should work out a deal. Oh, it's been a big mess, so if this can help settle that, that'll be good.
I mean, ultimately what we need is everybody living their best life, doing what they need to do, exercising what they're good at, and making sure we're all in it together on the same page, right?
That's what I want everybody to live and let live, you know?
Right.
But, a lot of that's way more complicated than I'm capable of.
Oh, it can be. I get you. Like, I was thinking about this. We've had a lot of travel, so you know how I like stare off and ponder for a minute?
I thought you was not working.
Oh, well.
Sometimes, you know, fields need tending to, and you're just out there staring out in space.
That's right. Well, you know, I was having one of my thinking stares, and I was thinking, like, I know for Lopaw, this whole capturing water wheel was, like, a big important thing for them, because that's their homeland, right? Because, like, but, like, is that where they're happy? Is it just a trophy for them? Because, like, if they're happier in the wilderness and, like, in the woods and, like, on the coast, in nature, like, isn't that where they should be? Like,
pretty sure that Crabclaw's their homelands. That's why they wanted it.
Right, but that's like a town.
Yeah.
And if that's not where they're happiest, if that's just a trophy to put on the shelf, then, like, that's not going to make them happy for long. But if they see that as something to protect, their homeland to protect, they can, like, live the best of both worlds, right? Like, they can be among nature, tending to lands, and, like...
What are you saying exactly? You should give them another homeland?
I'm saying we should check in with them, ask them how things are going there so far. Like, if they're happy there, then, you know, we can figure it out. But, like, if where they love to be is, like, sleeping under the stars and tending to the grass, then, like, we should get them back there where it helps. Put them on the outskirts. So, I mean, that'll help in multiple ways, right? Like, they're out there, they know what's going on, they can scout out, and also they're protecting those towns where other folks that need buildings and homes and houses, like, because, like, they did displace people when they conquered their homeland, but, like, if they ain't happy there, then let's find somewhere where they will be happier and leave their homeland protected by them, but inhabited by people that would be happier. You know what I mean? I might be off base. I'm just throwing it out there.
I get what you mean, but I guess we got to find out what they want, what they're happy with, and what they're not happy with.
Yeah. I just wanted to
hear, just in the political circles coming in, it seems like they're not very happy that they ain't killed the people who took their land in the first place. So we gotta square that out.
Right. Yeah. And
speaking of people that killed their homeland, to that end, it's good to see you, Governor, Mayor. What is your
chief is what they're calling me. Yeah, I guess they're sectioning on this whole walled-in area. They're just calling it a tribe now. I guess we're like a multicultural tribe based off of a shared location more than anything else.
I mean, that's all we are at the end of the day, is just a bunch of tribes trying to get along.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, we have a representative from the Silverbeard tribe, as it were. And Anwar's gonna kind of like look over his shoulder.
So, Flash Iron Pan is like in full black cloak in the wagon, just like, am I coming out yet?
He has been asked to speak on behalf of the Silverbeards, and has been told to have diplomatic privileges for that purpose.
Alrighty, well, I suppose we could get him over to a safe place then. Make sure that he's protected. He got what do they call it? Diplomatic immunity.
That's the one. Heard them
That's
talk about it.
That used to string together.
Now we are his bodyguards, so technically speaking. So if anything happens to him, that's our bad.
Well, I can understand that, and
try not to smile. I'm sorry.
I'm not sure if I'd feel so safe if I were him, if I was setting up some of these barbarians over here to protect them anyways.
So, I guess we should probably all go get on the same page, right?
Yeah, I suppose you should, whenever you're feeling ready, get on over to Mazadon, check in with him. That's what this is all about, right? He's the big guy who's gonna make this deal go through.
I just need to make a quick stop at the shop, but as soon as I'm done, I can meet everyone there if that's... Or we can make a quick pit stop over there. Either one is fine, but it's kind of important to our plan that everything is in working order.
Where did we say the talks were going to happen again?
My house.
Right. All right. Cool. Wait. The home you sold or the one you have?
The one I have.
All right.
Why are we meeting there again?
Neutral ground.
Riverdale's good place as any. Why? You want something like more central to other people or something?
It's neutral ground.
And if anything's going to get destroyed, it's only one building.
Miss,
you have insurance, Cammy?
You stay with us using your place.
Oh, shit. Sorry, what was
it's
that?
a little late now.
That sounds like a no.
No, I'm sorry, Paul.
I don't mean to intrude on your property.
I asked Cammy about, like, if she had insurance, and she said no. We kind of talked over what you asked. What was the question again?
The heck is insurance? That sounds like some Empire bullshit to me.
I think it was, actually.
Empire bullshit.
Well, shit, I'm glad you didn't buy insurance. Wouldn't mean nothing now. Sorry, Paul, what was your question?
I was just asking Miss Kamir here if she's okay with us using her property.
I'm concerned, but it's fine. I'm concerned dearly about it standing at the end of everything, but he's a little annoyed.
I feel like okay is a strong term. Willing, but reluctant seems a little more on the nose.
I mean, I'm just her directly. You don't need to speak for her.
Yeah.
I mean, either way, it's already set in motion. We're gonna have it there. I believe we've already told Keon to not be there.
Yeah.
Right? Because she was my primary concern anyway. So.
Yeah, they're going over to Inger's place for a while.
Yeah. That's good.
Mm-hmm. Hey.
While they're there, they can bring us some fucking kettle corn.
Hell yes, please. Paul, what happened to Cammy's former home? I know it got sold for.
Honestly, not really sure. I've had to keep up with so much. Can't really keep up with individual houses and whatnot. You can go check out yourself, I guess.
Heck. Yeah, I might slip away if there's some time. But yeah, Good to
sounds
know.
like you two got things to do. Kamira, Audra, you got things, or can I do anything for you, hospitality-wise and whatnot?
I'm all right. I'll pay a visit to my mother, but I'm fine. I don't need anything, but thank you.
All right, so Anwar's checking out the shop. Audra's checking out Mama's place. Cammy and I scoping out former Cammy house?
I mean, it's either that or we could just go to the bar. And just wait.
I mean, I feel like the fun thing to do is hit up the bar. But gonna be some serious talk, so maybe we should hit up.
Maybe not. Maybe we could take a walk. Yeah.
If your former house is like just abandoned, then boom, you sold your house and then also keep your house. You know what I mean?
Then I'd have to pay for it again.
Well,
otherwise somebody can just come around and like.
We might have squatters' rights. Let's check it out. Let's see what's going on with former Cammy house.
All right.
We might have two houses.
Everything froze. There we go.
Oh, you're back. Okay, good.
No, yeah, sorry, everything froze too. I was like, uh-oh.
All right, so I'm gonna just go with kind of dibs of who spoke first. So Ryan, we will start with Anwar going over to his shop, going over to Flash Iron Pan will go with you. Be like, so we're going to see the old shop, eh?
Yes, we are going to go see my shop. Because he's been working out of there for like 4 months now, so it's like...
Yeah, it's kind of my shop that you're using, but sure, we'll call it that. I'll tell you.
My name on the building.
Go a bit better if you sweeten the deal with me getting my shop back.
I don't know. You seem like you got a pretty good spot set up in Orflow. I wouldn't want to take that away from you or anything. You know, since you're run out of town before here.
I assume it will all be discussed at these peace talks.
Yeah. You're not getting your shop back.
Cut over to being at the place. Describe what the place kind of looks like now and what you're looking for and everything.
I imagine it's so like we've discussed that there's some like students and apprentices like learning tinkering, and I think it's very much almost like a cross between like Santa's workshop and like the dad from Beauty and the Beast, like the weird steampunk kind of like what's that long machine called that like that like sets up steam and then the teapot rolls over and then the thing wheels.
Oh, like a Rube Goldberg machine?
Yes. So like lots of those things kind of going on. Like but it's like experiments and building things and a couple of the things that they recovered from the Empire being there. Anwar was planning on running in there and going and getting his dad, who is in charge of the shop. Well, I mean, I think he's in charge of the shop regardless. But when they walk in, like, I don't know what it looked like before. I imagine that it looked like before, like a medieval.
It's kind of like a Henry Ford, like assembly line factory kind of thing.
Yeah, I think Anwar would be very conscious of it not looking like that. Like people have like tables and desks, and it's collaborative, and it's not like a machine. They make machines, but the people are not machines.
Right.
So, like, very different than what it looked like before.
Yeah, so you'll see, like, a desk area that's, like, really big, has big blueprints all over it, and then, like, a chalkboard in the back with stuff all, like, designs all over it, where your dad is kind of sitting in the middle of that, jotting stuff down. Oh, Anwar! It's good to see you.
Yes, hey, we're back. It's, a long story. Do you have a sec to talk?
I should think so, given company.
Yeah. And Anwar's gonna go to like, we should have an apprentice that works there. Just like create an NPC that works there, like a, I don't know, Colin the apprentice.
We'll call him the apprentice.
Colin, could you just keep an eye on our guest until we get back?
Yeah, sure.
Don't let him put anything in his bag.
Flash is just gonna be like, please take your time. I'll make myself comfortable, and he'll go over and like sit in the nice big easy chair. Like, I will do that. And you kind of notice that he's kind of like glancing over, looking at what might be worked on and stuff.
Yeah, great.
He's gonna like spin around in his chair and just kind of look at the chalkboard and stuff.
Great. I hope he doesn't have keen mind. So I imagine like the front area is very much like that workshop, collaborative, like plans and design and tests and things like that, like a science lab. And then in the back area where it's staff only is where like the dangerous stuff is kept.
It's definitely like one of those things where, yeah, there's a back area where dangerous stuff is kept, and then there's an office that's like up on some scaffolding where you could like be in the office and look down at everybody else, in kind of like a management sort of like, let's look at all the workers kind of way. So yeah, do you go to the back or like up above where you can have an eye on everybody, including Flash?
I think they would go to the back because Anwar, as soon as they get like out of earshot, is like, we need to get the arms up and operational as soon as possible.
What do you mean? Why?
So it's a long story, but the TLDR is that we are negotiating peace treaties between Lopaz Gang, the Silverbeards, and Riverbed. And they're all going to work together, even though 2 of the 3 want to kill each other. And one of the 3 currently has someone possessed by a mind flayer, and he could easily turn this whole thing into a kibosh unless we unveil that he is a mind flayer. The only problem with that is that no one knows that we know that he's a mind flayer in disguise because we made a secret deal with him. And if anyone finds that out, it could lead to our horrible and painful deaths. So we need to bring extra security that can alleviate any such illusions or possessions.
You mean the eye?
I mean the eye.
Well, I tell you, the eye does not really work on its own. I've not been able to get it to work independently. It only works in the suit. And the suit itself is like, I mean, you know these Aberrant things. It's very complicated to even it took me weeks to attune to this thing. This is not your simple, spend an hour to attune kind of magical item. I cannot just like, I could not just give this suit to you. Like, unfortunately, I am the only one who can use it right now. Like, I would need more time to have somebody else use it.
Right. Which is why we need to bring it with us. The whole thing.
The whole thing?
Yeah. I think if we use the eye, it makes all disguises, any kind of arcane magic, even artificery, it makes it all be suppressed. So if we can get Happy Dan is possessed by the Mind Flayer, by the way. I don't know if you know Happy Dan or not. He hung out at the tavern a lot.
Mr. Daniels?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kim Daniels, yes.
Yeah, he's been on the possession of a Mind Flayer for like a year.
Oh, that is terrible. Okay, so I think I understand. This is quite risky. You have taken out the Flayer before, the one that occupied the suit. You think it will be safe for me to go?
Honestly?
Well, I know there are risks, but do you think that you can keep me alive, is what I'm saying. I'm putting my life in your hands, Anwar.
If I didn't think we couldn't do it, I wouldn't ask.
It's not quite a saying you think you can keep me alive, but you're my son. I will trust you.
I will do everything in my power to keep us all safe. You, especially. Give my word.
My last question is this. If you're trying to use this against the Mind Flayer, would it stand to reason that the Mind Flayer knows how this thing works? And if he does, how do you expect me to get to use it on him? This is not exactly a thing that I can easily sneak around. This thing is huge.
Yeah, so I was thinking for this to work, and this is the real tricky part, we'd need to be either ask everyone to willingly go under it, or surprise them, which would be dangerous. Lopa isn't the most keen on surprises. I'm honestly not sure if he'll turn around and kill Dan if he finds out he's been a flesh puppet. But if Cerebro listens and is there to the entire conversation, that threatens everything. He cannot be allowed. He cannot be there.
Well, I will go along with whatever you say, Anwar. You have proven yourself to be a better tactician than myself. My smarts are for tinkering, not for so many other things that you have grown quite so proficient in.
Oh, you should have seen it. I tried talking to the Silverbeard guy. I'm pretty sure I called him a bad word in Dwarvish. I don't know what came over me. It's like I had this great speech, and then suddenly it all went to trash. Like,
oh.
So.
Well, what did you say?
And Anwar's going to say whatever, like, one of the worst words there is in Dwarvish.
Just kind of like go through, like, well, I was just saying blah 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 in Dwarvish. He's like, Anwar, you cannot say that.
Am I pronouncing it wrong?
Wait, you said
you're pronouncing it perfectly, and that's the problem.
You said Lokgar?
Yeah, fuck Gar.
No. You can't. No, it's kind of like, you know how like this means hungry, but this means horny. It's like similar but very different. It's like that, and you went from like trying to say do good to saying like to pleasure someone.
Oh, okay, yeah. When I said it will be good to you, yeah, I see how that can get confused.
You basically made it sound like you were saying it will be sexually gratifying to you.
Well, I mean, maybe. Yeah, no, that's pretty.
You know what? Just brush up on your dwarven, okay, before you go out. And,
in my defense, they don't write down a lot of swear words in these books that I learned.
That is fair. Well, better luck next time, I suppose.
Yeah.
Well, let me get the suit. When are we going on this trip?
I think soon. I think very soon. How much time do we have until the cutoff time?
Basically, I think you guys, if you're going to Kami's place, you guys like have to go in the morning. Like you just basically have to turn right around and go back to meet there on. Well, you scheduled to be with Mazadon on a certain day. He's in town, and you haven't told Lopa about it. Theoretically, you can move the day around. It doesn't have to be.
Yeah, we were just trying to beat the day where he was like, "I'm going to kill Audra."
So well, basically, yeah, you're trying to beat that. So if I go back to the
that is appreciated.
Holy shit. Although, if we pitch it as like, okay, we've established like these are the ground rules, we're having a meeting, and then Lopal comes in like, let's fuck shit up, then like they have disrespected the treaty. Everyone's like, Lopal's going off the deep end. Defend yourselves and subdue.
Yeah. I mean, the alternative is we just scrap the whole going to Kamira's house. We're already in Riverbed. We already have the diplomat. The neutral ground thing was for the Silverbeards. And he's already been like, here, take this guy.
My concern, though, is the fallout if stuff gets nasty.
Oh, of course.
I mean, and then we have numbers to back us up.
Yeah, that's true. But I would rather, as opposed to like, let's raise the whole city and just kill everybody, it'd be like, here's this one house in the woods. Blah.
Yeah. Unless Lopa, like, that's the thing, is like, if we're a one house in the woods, Lopa could march as many people there as he wants.
That is very true as well. Like, that's probably the one reason why, like, as Khmer, it hasn't been like, oh, no, what the fuck? Because it's like, no, I understand why.
Was this Lopa's call? Having it at Kami's place?
Lopa doesn't know about it yet.
Last Lopa heard, you guys were like, all right, we're gonna go find Rascal Silverbeard so you can kill him. And then you guys were like, okay, we're not going to do that. We're going to do a whole other plan where we do peace talks.
But it
Correct.
has been a neutral place in the past.
He
knows where it is. It's a place where he murdered somebody of ours anyway. Like, I mean, he's got fond feelings for it, I guess.
Oh, I remember the time. The first time I killed Atra. Not the second time.
Not the second time, but the very first.
I was on shrooms.
He did have a pretty fun mushroom trip, I think.
Right. Yeah. Like, it wasn't a bad time for him. And, like, he came in and destroyed the furniture. And then him and his, like, gang of hooligans, like, Amscrade.
Now, honestly, I think he's going to be coming in hot. And if we have
I think that's a fair assumption.
And Thompson and our guards, I think it might just it was really for the benefit of the Silverbeards, but now that we're in a safe place,
we got this asshole with us.
Like, we're his
only Flash Iron Pan. Yeah,
no, I feel
security.
You. Not...
Oh no, but we're the security. He wants to kill the security and the person we're guarding.
Yes.
That's not great.
We can talk about it with Caleb and Mazda. I think it might be worth.
No,
it gives us more time to prepare.
Because he already has history of sending a crowd of people at us. I mean, why would he not bring frickin' battalion with him?
Yeah.
Right, which is why I'd rather it happen inside.
No, I feel you.
The hold of Riverbed than the woods.
Okay. So, yeah, all we do is change it up to Riverbed, let him know, like, hey, we got your boy locked down.
Who's the first guy from Breaking Bad, Tuco? I feel like we're meeting with Tuco.
Is that the one where he has, like, the bomb? Like, not the bomb, but the little explosive, like, thing that he throws at the ground?
Where he says, this is not meth, and...
This is nice, because that's the one episode I've seen.
Yeah,
that's in season 1, right?
Killed, but Tuco was like the first boss man that they.
And he was
I only saw a season and a half of that.
Same.
Yeah, holy shit, Lopa is Tuco?
Yeah, basically. Now that you mention it, that's pretty accurate.
Except our seasons last a long fucking time.
And like fly off the handle.
Yeah.
He's a bit more in control than Tuco is.
Oh man, what a great early villain.
Anyway,
but yeah, that's Anwar.
That's the only change of plans. I'm down with that. I mean,
would we be doing it in the town proper, or would we be doing it like just outside?
Can we get the riverbed map?
Yeah.
I mean,
because I keep harping on it, but I'm kind of concerned about locals and casualties and.
Yeah.
I was thinking.
Oh, sorry.
Whatever the seat of power is, do it there.
Yeah.
The two things I could see going bad with this.
Caleb now.
The two things I see are A, if Lopa decides to bring all his forces, then he's going to attack the town from inside.
That's the thing. We don't have to let in all of his forces.
Right.
We have walls and doors.
Also, Daddy's here.
Right.
So we can hope that Maz will do something to keep his boy in check.
Yeah. I don't remember what the second thing was.
I fully expect him to bring his elite guard. but
Yeah,
at least that
those motherfuckers again.
Well, we've already shown that they can kick our ass. So
Yep.
I should have said earlier too that like Mazadon brought in his own elite guard. You just see like these huge buff like Loxodons that are all like woolly Loxodons like kind of coming on in. Thompson seems like they came in just kind of on their own. They don't
Like
have
a wrecking ball.
But Mazadon, yeah, he would have had like a whole crew with him.
That's fair.
Probably similar number, like five or so people. But they're all at the Cloverleaf Tavern and Inn now. Actually, no, they'd probably be over at the Ripped and Hammered Inn and Tavern, which is like down here near Smith Row area, because I think that was a much larger place that was better built to accommodate people of different sizes. Whereas the Cloverleaf was like owned by halflings, and so like even to get it up to like human height was a stretch for them. So yeah, they're probably down here.
It would also be easier to move the Octavius arms around the city than it would be to hoard it out in the middle of the wilderness, if we want to still go with that plan.
Good point too.
Yeah, that's true.
Which
Say again though, man, if Anwar's dad gets hurt, I quit.
Yeah.
I love him.
We've already got one dead dad in this campaign. Let's keep it at that.
Do we want to take a quick bio break?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, let me hit the break screen, and we'll be right back, stream. And we are back.
Alrighty. So, yeah, you guys definitely would have been long rested everything by this point. Let's see. So, you guys kind of talked with all your respective people except for, Kamira and Hunter, I think, was tagging along. Were you guys just taking a walk, or were you guys, checking out Kami's old place? What are you doing?
Yeah, I definitely want to see what's going on over there. Check that old spot. Does it seem to be... Is it lived in? Was it transitioned into, like, a different business? Like, what do we see?
Go ahead and roll a D100 for me, please. I want to see what
Cammy?
the happens of chance are.
Well, Cammy, it's your house.
I'll roll it. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Here we go. 1.
While I look for the long rest button that
Oh,
was there last week.
Hey!
Hey, wow.
So, you go
Wow.
to Kami's place, and, you see a dwarf kind of shouting up to one of the windows in the house. Be like, "You get out of there! You get out of there right now! I own the deed!" And you just hear some people shouting back like, "Fuck you! Squatter's rights, it's ours!" And, eventually you see the dwarf look over to you like, "Oh, it's you! Hey! Hey,
Hi.
listen! You sold me the house, yeah?
I believe I did, yeah.
Hey, you're looking pretty strong yourself.
I have
If you-
definitely leveled up since the last time we met.
You clear these guys out. I'll give you this. I'll give you this to you half price. Half price. I'd rather get nothing. Because right now they're taking over. Nobody's helping me.
Hold on. The deal is that I scare them off and I get my house back at half price, or like what are we talking about here?
Yeah, you scare them off, so that way I can uphold having the deed. I'll sell this back to you at half price. I'm willing to eat half the cost, because it's better than eating all the cost. I'll give you 350. I'll give it to you for 350 gold.
I immediately lock eyes with Cammy with like a... Up to some bullshit? Okay.
Hold on. I feel like it would be a good time to route him to our new chief, perhaps. And have him deal with this. So, have you spoke with Caleb, sir?
I've tried getting through. Nobody will see me.
Well, I will say there's a big transitionary period right now, so one moment, sir. Hey, Cammy?
Yes, darling.
Alright, so like, we're not going to be here all the time anyway, right?
No, we're not.
Alright, so we basically get, you know, well, I'm sorry, you get paid half your house. We tell these guys, like, hey, fuck off around the corner for like 20 minutes, and like, y'all can hang out here and keep the place up.
She has to pay $350 to get the house. She's not getting paid $350.
Yeah, I got it.
Right, but like, you've already been paid the full worth of the house. You paid half price.
What if I pick a different house and just do it normally? And I very much appreciate the effort here, but just a lot happened here.
Understandable. So you want
You're not going to help me out? Oh, come on! I got nobody here.
We're still talking over here. Give us a second.
There's a lot going on.
So you're saying we scare them off, or at least scare them off with quotes. Buy the place. We could make a trade with another home in the area of equal value and have the squatters hang out there, or
make an intelligence check for me real quick.
Cammy, I will leave that to you.
Intelligence? Sure.
Either one of you can do it.
Wait,
That's the funny thing. I can't.
Ooh.
Oh, we're both flat. Okay.
Yeah, I'm super flat.
19's really damn good though. You get the sense that everything that has happened here, like business has gone way down, tons of people kind of moving out, some people moving in, like houses are just being squatted in and stuff. You have a feeling that the home prices here have plummeted since the Empire left. So even 350, like
what he's asking for is way high.
He's saying he'll give it to you half price. That is probably at most what it's worth, if not less.
350. 200. No, actually 150, I think.
Roll. Is there anything you have to add to that? Otherwise, you just roll persuasion. But if you want to give a little more to roll advantage, you can.
I know every single brick in this house. I know where the faults are. I know where the creaks in the floorboards are. I know where they dip. I know where they had to be replaced. I know this house.
Well, I've been fixing the place up since you left.
How do you know?
There were like people working on the house after you sold it.
I do remember that very much because they let me in to get something from the floorboards. Yeah. That's fair. I'll take it straight, honestly, with that argument. Because if he has been putting work into it.
All right, go ahead and roll persuasion.
It's not gonna go well. Oh, it's a +4. I keep forgetting.
150. Oh.
21.
Fine. 175. Oh, that's still a good deal.
It's still a good deal. No, I agree. It's a good house.
It's good. Better than when you left it.
I agree, and that's why I'm agreeing to 175.
All right, you got yourself a deal.
All right.
But you gotta get them out. Hey, you up there! Just you know, it doesn't really matter the order of things. If you want to give me the 150 gold right now, I'll just give it to you right now, and then I'll give you over the deed, and that'll be that. And you can kick them out yourself.
Sounds good.
Alrighty then. You got to fork over 175 gold?
I can. Yep.
All right. You fork over 175 gold. It's like, all right, thank you very much. Signing the deed back into your name. Hey, you Mr. Tiefling there, you want a witness?
Hell yeah.
Alrighty then. Right, here it is. Here's the deed, and good luck to you. And I am finally getting out of here with what little gold I could salvage from this. I tell you, this was the worst investment ever made in my life. I will never financially recover from this.
Wait for that.
And he leaves.
All right, he's gone. Can I see one of you in there for just a moment, please?
You look over in there, and you see a couple of humans and somebody who looks orc-ish, but mostly human, maybe like quarter orc. Mm-hmm. Just kind of looking down, and they're like, "Hey, this is our squatters' rights. This is our place now. We've been here for like 4 months."
I understand that, and I'm telling that you can stay, and nobody's gonna bother you.
Oh. Well, thank you.
Have a good day. You know, I'm gonna... Come on, Hunter, let's just go.
Alrighty.
To hire somebody to go and take care of that. I may never financially recover from this. I only have 367 gold now.
Paid 175 gold to say good day.
Yep. For now.
All right. Okay.
I figured there's some stuff I could do on the side.
Audrey, you check in with your mom?
Yeah. It doesn't have to be anything in depth, but yeah, just, you know, they haven't been in person in a little bit. So just going back to the house, checking in, just making sure everything's okay, how she's, you know, it's been a few months since, like, you know, Dad died and all that, so checking in on that. Just
a little over 6 months now, yeah.
Yeah, just seeing how she's doing, etc. That kind of thing.
Holding up, she seems pretty somber, and she does say, like, have you seen your Uncle Ronkin around anywhere? I haven't seen him in months.
When's the last time I would have seen him, Richard? Within that time frame, but still been a while, right?
You haven't seen him the entire time skip. You haven't seen him since he helped you escape Crabclaw.
Oh, really? I thought there was something in between. I guess not.
Nope. I've seen him in a long time.
I haven't seen him in the same amount of time, Mom. I don't know if it will help ease your mind. I could send him a quick message now.
Oh, if you can do that, sure.
Sure, just give me a moment. And Audra will kind of step to the side and just send like a to Ronkin, just, hey, Mother and I were talking. Just want to check in and make sure you're okay. Where are you? We're both in STEM Garden. Peace talks.
Oh my gosh. You wait for a little bit, and then you do not hear an answer.
I turn to my mom and I say, he seems to be doing just fine. And if I need to roll a lie for that, I will, because she does not want to worry her mom with this right now. Yeah. Oh boy, that's flat for me. 16's not bad.
Yeah, it's way better than the insight that she rolled. So she says, good then. Well, it's great to see you back in town, and hopefully your adventures don't take you too far anymore.
Well, I can't rightly say where they will take me, Mother, but I'm here at least for tonight. If there's anything you want to talk about further, or we could meditate together or something. Have you been spending time with the altars I built?
Yeah, every day.
Good. I don't want to patronize you, but I'm glad that gives you, something to do and to devote your attention to.
Miss your father, miss your sister, miss your uncle, all very much. It would be great if you could message him to please come visit me sometime. He reminds me of your father quite a bit, and I like spending time with him.
Sure. And he is the father's brother, right?
Yep, he's the father's
if I remember
brother.
correctly. Okay. Yeah, I will do that. She doesn't do it there in that moment because she would be faking sending a message, but she just says that much.
All right. So we'll cut over to, I think at some point is the rest of the group approaching Mazadon? Is that what's next, or does anybody else have any business they want to do?
Where are we approaching him? At his room, or is this like a bar meetup? I don't recall what we said.
All you know is he went down to the Ripped and Hammered Inn Tavern,
Right,
and
okay.
You don't know where he is in there.
Gotcha. Oh, so I have the shortest walk then, I think, right? In my house, like right here or something.
Yeah, probably. But I imagine you all meet up and then kind of go around the same time, probably.
Maybe. Sid had something, I think.
Oh, it was mostly jokey, but also partially serious. Cam needs to look up local eviction and squatters' rights laws. I know in Texas, all I need is like a legal eviction notice, and it's a thing. But I think one thing is. Go ahead.
Your go-to would be like, you have an in with the chief. Like, go talk to him.
Yeah. But I know, like, maybe it's not a pressing issue, but it's something she'd definitely be looking into, because while she's not adverse to people staying in her house, if they want to be assholes about it, she'll be an asshole too.
So we're getting there, Mazadon will already be there when we get there, right, Richard?
Yep.
Okay.
He's already there.
All right, because Audra will want to tell the party about whatever something weird might be happening with her uncle, but like that'll wait till after our talk with Mazadon.
Okay. All right, so you guys go over to meet up with Mazadon?
I think so.
We'll say by this point... Sorry, go ahead.
Before we go in, I imagine we're all kind of meeting up on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
Amar's gonna like run over and I don't know what he's doing with Flash in the meantime. Probably dropped off Flash at the what is the city hall?
Oh yeah. We can just call that City Hall for now.
I feel like there should be a better name for it.
It was the Imperial Keep. Now it's the
Caleb's Keep.
Caleb's Keep.
Castle Day Caleb.
Yeah.
I feel like we should definitely. I'm fine with Onmore dropping him off there at a room, so we can stay put until they figure out what's going on. But Onmore kind of runs up to everyone. He's like, "Okay, so good news is the suit works. Bad news is only my dad can use it. It's not the easiest to move around, and it will put him in a lot of danger to use. But I think there's a good chance it'll work at dispelling Happy Dan's possession. My question is, how do we tell Mazadon we want to do this?
If we maybe support our suspicion with, I don't know, mentioning that the last regime did scurry out rather quickly, and they probably wouldn't do so without at least having a little bit of a foothold.
Right, it's not like there wasn't a trade-off. Happy Dan being around is, like Kamira said, the trade-off. We got Stem Garden cleared.
What if, because looking around to make sure no one's like overhearing us, what if we tell him when we went to go slay the Flayer, we saw people that were already possessed there at the keep, and we think that there might be some here that are still that.
I mean,
and
we have supporting evidence of it if we absolutely need it.
I mean, Paul's seen Happy Dan before. He can tell, like, that ain't Happy Dan. We can say, like, hey, Happy Dan seemed weird. We want to take these precautions, X, Y, and Z.
This person who was not around him before is now seemingly his right-hand man, or one of them at least.
We know Dan ain't that kind of guy. That's weird behavior.
That's
then
what
we're not lying. We're not lying.
That's all true.
Alluding to the fact that the last group decided to leave rather quickly, and this man mysteriously decides to manifest and glue itself to Lopaz's right hand.
Right around the same time.
Right around the same time.
We got to this point by being straight with Mazadon and telling him exactly what happened and how the Lopaz situation went down. That's brought us this far, and I think we should continue to just be honest with him in the same way.
I'm going to say you weren't completely honest with him. There's a reason why you still haven't explained this part.
Right.
But we came to him. Tell him what we did.
but we came to him with we have a problem, basically.
We did do that. Yeah.
So I think we just need to do the same here. It shouldn't be the first thing we say, but he needs to know, especially since we don't know what's going to happen when the possession gets either undone or interrupted or whatever it is.
This could be our only chance at saving Happy Dan and getting Cerebro out of continue not influencing Lopa. So it's really a one shot.
I have to imagine Macedon would also be on board with potentially eliminating Cerebro from eavesdropping on said peace talks.
Yeah. All right. So then that's what we go with.
Yeah.
We have strong suspicions, and we see how he responds.
We don't announce it, though, right? Because we want to take Dan by surprise.
Yeah, this is ahead of a thing.
Mr. Marwan is just a fixture in the room, and we go in as usual.
I was kind of envisioning,
or even at the entrance. Ooh,
yeah, I was thinking
as they're coming in.
That's what I was thinking too, like a scan as everybody comes in. Yeah.
The only tricky thing with that is Lopal might see it and recognize it and attack whoever's using it right away. So I was hoping...
But if he's informed of the peace talk situation, isn't that the exact sort of scenario that the peace talk is preventing from happening?
Yeah, I mean, Lopa will still be on edge, as he has said, wants to kill basically everyone that's here.
Right.
Would you feel more comfortable if somebody was guarding your father?
Oh, I fully plan to, but I was thinking maybe once everyone's inside and settled, I don't know, I'm envisioning this, like, curtain that could drop after a little preamble, and the eye would activate, and because it was a pretty wide cone, could get everybody. And then Lopa would be far enough away where he couldn't immediately lunge, or at least we could. I don't really want to fight Lopa alone.
Lopa doesn't use magic to begin with. Would he even feel any different once the cone was activated? He may not even know.
It's more if he he sees the aberrant technology, he might.
He's an idiot, but I imagine he'll recognize aberrant technology.
Right.
What if we have like a coat rack in front of the aberrant technology?
Disguise it.
What if we put a lampshade on your father's head?
Welcome to the magic coat rack.
I am a lampshade.
Yeah, that's
right.
This is our Lord Barrington moment when we turned Anwar's dad into a lamp. Well, at the very least, Anwar, I'm happy to stand guard with you for your father.
So we gotta keep Flash alive. We gotta keep my dad alive. We gotta keep your dad alive, Hunter. We've gotta keep us alive. Is there anyone I'm missing?
That reminds me. I tried to message my uncle and didn't hear anything back.
Last time we saw him was after... God, was it...
He helped us
God,
escape.
was it when we went... Yeah, Waterwheel?
Yeah, he helped us escape from Crabclaw. Now, granted, he may just not wish to answer.
He's a prisoner of war.
You remember I sent the same thing to Opal and didn't get a response back, but she was perfectly fine. It was just a matter of caution, so there's no need to panic about it, but I just wanted you all to be aware of the situation. And Anwar, you gave me a good segue.
Are you panicking?
On what?
Are you panicking?
Is Audra panicking?
Yeah.
No, she's not.
Is she nervous?
It's like I would say it's like
like a gentle twitch of her eye, like her eyelid, just like a little.
Yeah, it's like when the pupils go like ding for a second. No, I guess there's like a maybe like dumbfoundedness. Like, why wouldn't he answer? Like, that is definitely weird. Like, she's not afraid, but she's like, that is definitely weird. Why is he doing that? Why isn't he talking to me? You know?
Concern.
Yeah. But Audra doesn't think too much about down the road or consequences, so I don't think she's playing out scenarios in her head about it. She's just like, it's weird and I want to know, but I'm not gonna jump to the conclusion that it's something terrible.
Alright. Shall we go talk to the big guy himself?
Is it just him or is Tamsin in there too?
Oh my god, are you gonna be like this the whole time?
Yeah, are you gonna be like this the whole time? But is she gonna be there, you think?
Oh my god.
I won't.
Onward walks in.
I was about to give you another insight chance by going, I will not be like this the whole time.
I think Hunter like turns to Audra and like starts squaring her off and like, you know, am I good? You good? Hair?
Yeah, how's my hair? Because her hair is great.
Your hair's well.
Is that a sanity check?
None of our hair is going to be as good as.
No, that's
as
an insight. I see it.
Hey, your hair's pretty good.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah, no, she's 100% gonna be like that the whole time.
My horns shined.
They look lovely. They're glistening.
Thank you.
I don't know how you make black glisten like that at the nighttime, but well done.
It's like an oil, like a Never mind. Let's not get into it.
Could you light your horns on fire to go into battle with that?
Not that kind of oil.
Oh, because that would look so cool. Anyways.
It would
Children,
look kind of painful.
let's go inside, shall we?
Haircut,
We
yes.
have things to get to. Everyone in. Here we go.
And it's a little past supper time, and you guys get in there, and per usual, you're hearing music coming out of there before you even get in. You guys get inside there. It's a much bigger place than the Cloverleaf Tavern. This thing is like multiple stories high. You've got like a whole stage area where you've got multiple bards playing, including Selvik, the bard who gave you that like awesome inspiration dice way back when. He's kind of like drumming, leading a band. There's like a whole band set. You've got all sorts of people dancing around, and then like the biggest freaking table in the center of the room, you've got Mazadon, Thompson, and like 5 other huge Loxodon people all like just clanging their big ass mugs together and just having a good old time, just kind of chugging things back, doing all sorts of songs together. And it's like deep songs that they're going into. Like the bass is heavy on this one. And they're also just like stamping their feet, like pounding the tables, and so like it's got a lot of bass going on with their songs. It's and so anyways, yeah, that's what you're going into. It looks like they're having a fun time. Yeah, so what do you guys want to do? How do you want to approach them?
I mean, I think the direct route is probably the best. Maybe swing through for a beverage, and then
Get them around.
approach. Yeah, like let's make our rounds. Like grab a drink, and kind of spiral in, saying our hellos and like handshakes and back pats and all that, and then to the table.
Yeah, as you guys head towards the bar to get some drinks and stuff, you will see Mazadon just like stand right up and start heading over to you guys. And I think the 2 biggest of you, Audra and Chimera, he's both gonna like clasp on the back of your like shoulders and just be like, "Hey, good to see you all.
You as well.
Good to see you.
We came all this way. What? Sorry, I'm losing it as DM for a second here. What the hell is he saying?
What up, homies?
Yeah, essentially, he's given his greetings. So, you think there's... Oh, wait, no. As I recall, the last you talked with him was like, hey, so we got caught with Audra, or we got caught with Lopa realizing that we didn't kill Rascal Silverbeard when we said that we did. And so, yeah, he'd probably just go in and just kind of clasp on you guys, being like, so, you're here to undo a fuck-up, eh?
I imagine his hands are big enough where he can clasp us, like, all 4 of us at once.
Probably,
yeah. He palms us like a basketball.
Right. Jack.
Pretty good and solid fuck-up. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Pretty
it was an exceptional...
Solid is the way I'd put it, too. I mean, you guys... Of all the people to cross, you've crossed Lopa, and you did denying him revenge.
Well, we like to punch up, you know?
Didn't you?
Sorry, was that last part?
You really stepped in it, didn't you?
Yes, sir, several times.
We like to punch up, you know?
I think I kind of...
We always punch up!
I sort of... pushed everyone's foot forward more so than stepping in it. But yes, this is where we find ourselves.
How do you propose to get out of this one? He probably wants to kill all of you.
It's mostly just me. Although I'm sure he wouldn't stop with me.
I think we've all made our place on his shit list. I don't... You may have lit the match, but we're all sticks, you know what I mean?
That's a fine way to put it.
Thanks.
Gentlemen, should we grab a table and discuss the
This has been in the doorway the whole time. People trying to get inside.
In front of the bar.
Oh, right.
Right. Bar.
We want it to be a bit more private, do you? You worried about somebody tipping somebody off? You don't trust the people in here?
Oh no, seats are just more comfortable.
Yeah, there are people trying to get drinks, and no offense, Mazon, you have a wide.
You have a presence.
There's just like one little gnome that just like walks in and is like, no, just leaves.
Yeah, you're definitely seeing some of that for sure. You notice that he looks a bit upset to be like, you were telling me what to do? But he'll be like, alrighty, point taken. And be like, come on over.
Can I grab you a thing of ale? Gallon?
Yes.
A keg?
We're gonna need some ale at the table. I'll carry it over.
Bring enough for everyone.
Enough for... Okay. I need a wheelbarrow.
Like
I need a hand cart and a keg. Can you... Alright.
There's definitely some people there. They're like, oh yeah, I know you. I got you. I imagine Hunter knows all the barkeeps pretty well.
Oh yeah. We return to the table, cross the glasses and everything.
Alrighty then. So I gotta put Lopa back in his place to keep you all alive, is that it?
Well, not just us. I mean, for the betterment of our society, right? Like, oh.
It will be better for the whole alliance to have the dwarves with us.
Yeah, like, we managed to push out the Empire with this whole thing, but we also displaced a lot of people that were doing okay, you know? So from their perspectives, we, undid their livelihoods?
We severely
undid other people's first, so they can learn to adapt like our people had to learn how to adapt.
Well, I mean, you're not wrong.
Which is what we're trying to do. It just right now, we don't have the unifying force that kind of helped facilitate trade and everything. But what we're trying to do, and I'm pretty sure every place needs this, Riverbed, Crabclaw, Overflow. Right now, everyone's scared to trust each other and to trade and to work together. And I think that to make sure that the Empire stays out, we need to, on top of the whole, like, great strength and extreme violence thing, we should shore up our own borders through alliances, through trusting one another.
Tell ya, I've been spending over half a century building alliances, and now we have this grand confederation of all the tribes that used to war with each other. They're now under me.
So you have experience with this. So what did you do to get all the tribes to work together?
You get them one by one.
Like an offer?
There ain't no tribe. This is a kingdom, you understand? This is a dwarven kingdom underneath the Ironroot Mountains. I don't see them joining the Confederacy, but I could see us making peace between the Confederacy and the kingdom.
I might not be so sure. When we went through Orflow, we were there before the fall of the Empire, covertly, obviously, and they were very well off, wealthy, lots of trade, lots of strong economy. And right now, they're not doing great. I'm not saying let's kick down their doors and kill everyone inside. I'm saying that this war has hurt a lot of people, and we could sacrifice our own fighters and have a long and drawn out battle trying to fight people that are literally embedded in a mountain. Or we can try and shake their hand and strengthen all of us and get better arms and weapons and materials.
Open the door and let some fresh air in.
Yes, thank you, Hunter.
Understanding is the Empire still right outside our borders. I like the progress. But until this is done, you don't have to convince me that we need to build the Alliance further. You'll have my hand, you'll have Tamsin here to help. But the next step becomes getting Lopar to agree to make deals and peace with people who took his homeland and killed his father.
Right.
No easy task for Lopar.
There is also another cog in that, a complication, we should say, with Lopar that I think might be possibly provoking this. When we went to go see him a few days ago, he had a new advisor. This advisor is a friend of ours. He's a local. His name's Happy Dan. And he was not his advisor previously.
Ever.
And
I've never heard of a Happy Dan as an advisor of his.
he goes by Mr. Daniels sometimes too. But the point is there is a strange person that is now has the ear of Lopar and is advising him at a very powerful level.
And to be fair, like those of us who are familiar with Happy Dan, that ain't Happy Dan. It's unusual. It's uncomfortable. It ain't the same man we know. It's the same man that our newly voted, what is this, governor? Chief. Our newly voted in chief. He knows him. He's a man of the people. And that ain't the same man, so that's cause for concern.
He's rolling insight as you're talking about this. Somebody, I guess, needs a deception. I'll let you roll at advantage because you're not lying, you're just hiding the truth.
Mm-hmm.
So, between Hunter and Anwar, whoever wants to roll at advantage, you can go ahead and do that.
For which one?
This is against Mazadon's insight, because you guys are not revealing the whole truth.
And you said deception?
Yep.
At advantage?
Yep. Just so you know, he rolled a 19.
Shit!
On the die or total?
Total.
Wow.
Okay. All right.
Yep. Okay, that is really good that you nat 20 that.
I'd like to apologize for my outburst.
You get the sense that he takes you at face value when you're saying all this. He's kind of listening. Like,
well, this is awfully concerning. I have not heard of such an advisor of him, and normally he'd be one to tell me of such things.
Well, like I said... Oh, sorry.
We have grown apart a little bit since the Empire left. I regret letting this slip under my trunk.
Well, that's it's understandable. And it's something that we were only able to catch because, of our relationship with the man now in his stead and our circumstances.
So
now we do have some options. We've been pondering this for a minute. This ain't a 5 minutes ago situation. We've had a couple nights to think about it. We have some potential solutions or something. We gotta workshop it.
By all means, pitch your ideas, and I will decide which is best.
Well, we got some machinations and magics that can help kind of potentially suss out and boot out any hauntings or whatever you'd call it of the vessel we call Happy Dan. If it works, then great.
Ideally,
yeah, I'll pass it off.
The way we handle this is we don't kill Happy Dan. He would not be happy about that.
But
pick up the easiest solution.
I like to roll con, so I don't laugh.
Yeah, it's a solution. Not my preferable one. So another reason that we are led to believe this is when we did track down and slay the Flay, one thing we noticed is they had a lot of vessels, people possessed through various means. So it might make sense why he didn't tell you if Lopaw does in fact know that he's an agent for the Empire. He would not have wanted to share this information with you. It is, as we said, a suspicion. But
you are making a better case than ever to kill this Daniels.
Right. Okay, but here's the thing. So while we were on our mission, I'll get to my point. While we were on our mission, we recovered something very powerful. It's currently at my shop, but we have
when you showed him the dead body of the what do you call it, of the squid.
Yeah. So like we got his stuff and we've studied it, and part of it is a field that can suppress, as far as I know, all magical influences. It can dispel illusions, incantations, disguises. Particularly good at that one. And I think that if we were to say that we were to scan everyone who was approaching this land's meet, that we could reveal that Happy Dan has been taken prisoner. He can say, "Hey, I've been a prisoner for X amount of time. Please don't let that happen to me again." And we will no longer be allowing a mind flayer to listen to this very delicate and very important meeting. So, really don't want that to happen.
I got some ideas on how we can address this situation.
If this is such a concern, why bring this potential flayer here? Why not deal with it outside the city?
Well, if I may, we don't want to tip it off before we have to. Because given its certain positioning, it could sway things in a way we don't like.
We let it known that all of us will be meeting in one place. That is the exact kind of information we do not want a flayer knowing.
Yeah, that's fair. That is fair.
Now we could either try to get Lopaw away, possibly separate the two, or get Lopaw to... I could summon Lopaw and tell him to bring no one. And perhaps there's... I suppose I could summon Lopaw without telling him the reason.
Do you think he would do that?
If I summon him, he'll come.
will he be open to a alliance if he is beckoned that way?
I don't think it should affect things. It's just the way things are. When we need to meet, I summon him and he comes.
Worst case scenario. In the event that whatever is inhabiting Mr. Daniels has dug its teeth into Lopar, so to speak, has affected his mind, are you prepared to deal with that? Hypothetically, of course.
There's only one who's ever defeated Lopar in hand-to-hand combat, and that's me. So yeah, if it comes to that, I'll be ready for him.
Again,
as you say.
The big goal of this is that we all work together, and we're all happy, and we're all scratching each other's backs, and everyone goes home and has what they need to, we don't want to,
We want it to be a happy outcome, but we are definitely planning for a murder.
Preparing for a murder.
I don't know what world you've been living in, but in the world I come from, happy endings are few and far between.
Oh, buddy.
Well, Finn Parrish, he knows a lot of spas and stuff, but never mind. Different.
Know who he is.
Yeah, me neither. Different universe. Sorry.
Well, are there any other things you propose to handle it? Because right now, seems like the worst thing we could possibly do is tip off this flare that all of us are going to be in the same place at the same time, all the leaders together. That would be the worst thing to do. So, how do we get around it?
It sounds like, as you say, summon him here and,
Is there a way we could extract, upon separation, extract Happy Dan in a way that will not tip them off?
Do we tell him to bring his advisors, or do we tell him to come alone?
Well, if you don't specify, he will surely bring other folks, right?
If we can't think of a way to disable Happy Dan, then I don't think we should have him come along. Am I off base there? Anybody?
It also might be a good idea to bring him for the sake of proof.
If we bring him here, we could ambush him within the city before the summit.
Before he gets into the gates? Fucking long, just hello. Just right at the top of the gate.
Suppose it doesn't matter if this Mr. Daniels... I'm not calling him the other thing.
No.
If this Mr. Daniels is, as you say, doesn't really matter if he gets inside the city walls or not. What matters is if he reaches the summit and realizes what this meeting's all about.
Right.
Mm-hmm. That's what we're trying to avoid, while also,
I think the sooner we get him no longer influencing Lopar, the better. So I think he should definitely bring him, and if we can set up a trap of sorts to reveal his true nature and hopefully not get him killed. I really want to stress that. Really love him not to be murdered.
Okay. Okay, so if we have a secondary location, right? Like one where, okay, this is where the meeting happens. Upon the two of them arriving at meeting location, Happy Dan gets black-bagged. Lopal gets separated saying, we need to move you for your safety. And then, fill him in on the way. And then, in the meantime, we are deactivating Happy Dan so that talks can happen inside town.
How did things end with you and Lopal?
Sorry?
How did things exactly end with you and Lopal?
Well,
Mm.
so basically, we gotta bring, we gotta bring Silverman's head on a platter, if we don't want to get murdered by him.
Can you think of a reason why I would summon him to say, hey, we have him? I'm thinking in real time just as you are right now. Because if you can find a reason that's not what it actually is, then that helps. And if that's a reason that would bring him out. But I don't know why you wouldn't just be bringing it to him, and instead I would be summoning him to a location to retrieve him.
What about this? He's on the water, so likely he is going to arrive via water. So the mechanism that you've seen is quite large and difficult to maneuver. So what we could do is you invite him, say bring your council, for what is to be a discussion of the future of the region, which is true. When he arrives and disembarks from his boat, we have the anti-magic cone activate, revealing that Happy Dan is not who he says he is. Lopa is confused. We retrieve Happy Dan. He is not killed. And we say that we needed to rescue you as soon as possible from this aberrant influence. And we are here to discuss. And that'll send him on like, hey, we're looking out for you. And by the way, we're doing this alliance. And, it's all going to be great. How does that sound?
Do you want me to summon him? He'll come down by boat, and we spring the trap right here.
Yes.
If that's what you advise, it sounds like a sensible solution to me. Just need to make sure we're not saying that all the leaders are here. It's just me meeting him.
I agree.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, we are still risking Aberrant attack, even just to get to me. You understand that, right? There's still some risk.
There's always a risk.
Well said. Alrighty then. That's what I'll do. Pose around here somewhere, I'll find him, and he will send the message. He's quite good at doing things, through magic.
Is it that dude holding the hors d'oeuvres over there? Because he's been staring at a poster for a minute. He's been talking to somebody.
He's having a thinking spell, Hunter.
Yeah.
Roll insight check. Yeah, you got him. You're like, he's looking at a poster the whole time.
Oh, get over here, man. You know I can smell you from all the way over there. You creepy bastard. All right.
How do you do it, Hunter? I don't understand.
Well, I'll tell you on my deathbed, friend.
Well, we'll see who gets there first. Yes.
It's on.
Indeed, I have been listening quite a bit. Pretty much to the entire conversation. I should also have you know that one tool in your disposal, when you do this summit, or when, I don't know if this would help with your, Happy Down situation, but, Sivek over here, he does have a spell he can do on his lute and his drums that, can create a zone where everyone must tell the truth. Just wanted you to know that.
Forgot about that.
Yes, I have the same capability. It's been helpful in the past.
Oh, well, then never mind.
No, I'm not saying I'm not saying don't bring your friend. I'm saying we have experience.
No, for real, bring him in though.
I'm not saying we don't bring him. I'm saying we're familiar and it does work.
And does he do a thing that maybe chills everyone out a little bit? Some calm emotions?
Oh yes, I do believe he's able to calm people's emotions as well.
We're gonna need that.
That could be great.
That's our guy.
Well, Pinky knows a guy who can do that too, but That may be...
Being unconscious does calm you, but not in the lead up to that moment.
No, Pinky's he's got some weird tobacco. Never mind. That's a different story for a different
I don't
time.
think we want your drug dealer.
What? A what deal? What?
They're called druids. Thank you very much.
Are you a cop? If I ask if you're a cop, you gotta tell me if you're a cop.
If you're conversation anyway, then make the message.
And Poe's like, all right, you got it. And Poe's he's actually going to pull out a book. And it looks like it's got like a raven queen, or it's got like a raven skull on the top. And he flips open the book. He's going to write a message. All right, hold on. Oh, here we go. It's coming in. And it's just, it'll be here in 2 days.
What do we do in 2 days?
Actually, sorry, no.
For 2 days.
Went by boat. Because I imagine it's like he wanted to... Did you want to tell him to get there ASAP, or take his time? I guess you would have said, like, have him come by boat, right?
Yeah.
Come by boat.
It says, he will be here. It is, it's evening time now. He should be here by this time tomorrow. Closes the book.
Great. Good.
Wonderful.
We're doing this. This is happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I suggest you prepare your trap.
Yes. Let's.
Did you already lead your dad over to the hold, and he's just like, any minute now?
I imagine the suit has like a reclining position, so it just like leans back, and his dad's chilling, just like napping.
I was thinking it would go in like hammock. It would go in like a large crate, but he was like instructing multiple people to push the large said crate over to hold, like, and right there, perfect. Thank you guys.
Hey, Dad, we gotta move it.
From the far end of the table, you can see that Thompson has just kind of been sitting quietly, just intently listening to everything, just kind of sipping on some ale, but has not really said a word, has just kind of been absorbing everything up until this point. Is there anything else anybody wants to do before we cut to the trap?
Otter wants at least a quick word with Tamsin for sure.
Yeah, they're just kind of drinking away. They kind of look up at you.
Hunter is going to maneuver himself to where he's like appearing busy, but is in earshot and able to like jump in to like jump in front of any bullets or anything to like save the conversation if shit goes south.
Yeah, so I draw my weapons. No, so I stand over. I kind of look over at them. You've been quiet during our discussion. Thompson, right?
Thompson, yes.
I just wondered if I could get your ear just for a moment before we leave.
Certainly. They get up and kind of walk over to a spot that's a bit further away from the music.
Sure. Something quieter. Yeah, great.
Leans up against one of the big wooden posts that's holding up the whole place together. Just kind of leans back.
Does it creak a little as they lean against it? Yeah. So, you've heard the whole situation. I feel a lot of responsibility for what happened. I was always so focused on the strength aspect of what you and the other two do in your Big Three organization. But I learned in a very difficult way that just strength doesn't do it. And clearly, I mean, Lopaw seems to lean entirely on it, but Mazadon said that you were a great mediator and a wise individual, and I'm looking for, I know I need more than just strength to be, even a fraction of as good as the three of you are someday. And I just wanted to know if there was any sort of advice you could give, or any advice maybe you were given when you were starting out on your path.
Go ahead and roll insight for me real quick.
Okay.
Just curious how much you're, like, reading how they're perceiving you.
Okay. I got a +6, but
you're just kind of talking along and not registering what they're going through.
Yeah. Just notice me senpaiing as respectfully as possible.
Advice for you to be a leader?
Yes, or just better than I am now. Something more than just strength, which clearly you have so much more than just that, and I just want to know how you started to gain that.
How you would say, twin spirit, and I look at things from high and from low. I look at different perspectives. I listen carefully. And I see where two meet in the middle. I listen at least 10 times as many words as I speak.
I see.
You can start from there.
Well, thank you. That's very helpful. And she'll reach out for a handshake.
Kind of looks over, just like, all right.
So she does that, and Audra turns back. Thank you for your time. Walks back over to the group as they're leaving. Guys, I shook their hand.
Was it like a firm handshake, or?
It seemed like they were going easy on me.
He was like really strong, but you could tell not tight, but still really strong.
Yeah.
Like sturdy but tender?
No, more like I don't think they were as into it, because if they were, they might have hurt me.
We need to talk about what you mean by into it. Never mind, let's not.
Anyway, they're really cool. Let's go and set up this trap.
Alrighty. So, anything else anybody wants to do before we cut forward a whole day's time? Any prep that needs to be done? So you're trying to do this trap, like on a ship coming in or at the docks? Where exactly are you pulling off this thing?
So I was thinking the first scene in Aberrant Empire is like, what was it called? Merchant's Row or whatever that.
Oh, yes, Smith Row.
Smith Row. That, like, area.
Mm-hmm.
So, where when they, like, disembark and come in and everything like that, and we'll have, like, the area kind of cleared out a little bit to greet wherever they're going to be, and then somewhere nearby, maybe if there's, like, a vendor or something that it can kind of be behind, the anti-magic eye will open and kind of reveal the whole thing. And then I fully expect things to pop off. So, but if we can have, obviously when the zone's up, we can't use any spells or anything in that area. But it should be our number one priority to try and get to Happy Dan and get him to talk.
I think getting Pinky and some of his guys to cover as security / vendors, like cover agents. So it's like, oh, let me sell you these pearls, and then whoa, we gotcha, full Nelson,
full FBI sting.
Yeah.
Probably need to be wary about thoughts though, because if he can just detect everybody's ish, then jig might be up before the jig is jigged. You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna say, which means he can just detect a dude hiding in a box.
Which actually means, that's a good point. Which unfortunately means we do not clear out the area
No, we need it busy.
We have everyone there, and we hide behind everyone else's thoughts.
Just as a reminder, too, you definitely would have had enough time to do enough tests to realize this is a 150-foot cone.
Oh, damn. We can have
shit,
it on the
we
other
got
side of the town.
Yeah.
That would have been some fun.
Sorry, that's what a beholder is. I might have changed it, actually.
What's a cone of cold? Is that 60?
I want to say it was pretty compact in the battle, but that could have just been our space.
Cone of cold, I thought was like 20.
No, it's bigger than that.
What's a stone cold? Cold.
Yeah,
Steve Austin.
A cone of stone cold.
I think it would be reasonable if it was like 60, like a cone of cold.
Yeah, let's say 60. Yeah.
So what?
Because it's a replica of a beholder eye, not like
Right.
Not an actual beholder. Yeah. So
that would have
say
been
60.
insane. Just the actual eye embedded in the armor.
Now, I mean, to be fair, if we did want to use Pinky or someone else, like, within the rebellion, we have had exercises to at least resist somewhat mental intrusion. So if we have enough noise around and then a handful of people that are within the resistance to just like focus their thoughts elsewhere, we might have a decent shot.
Yeah, resistance people definitely have trained in managing their surface thoughts.
Right. Here's I'm gonna go John Madden real quick. I think that we should have Mazadon right here. We have Lopa and Happy Dan getting off their boat right over here. They walk in, presumably, here to meet Mazadon, who's here. Meanwhile, we are hiding / waiting in the wings all around there. Anwar would probably be tucked away with his dad with that cone ready to go. And then once they're here, and this is like a full city street and everything, someone could be standing, I guess, next to Mazadon, maybe Caleb or something. Or Hunter. You are good on your feet when it comes to talking and stuff.
And I'm mind shielded.
And you are mind shielded, which is good. So we could do that. We could actually have Anwar and Michal there, like behind a corner here. They spring the trap, which is like this big cone. Dan is revealed. People run, but with Mazadon there, and I assume he's got his posse there, we should have the numbers to kind of like break up a brawl. And at some point, we can get Dan to say that he is who he is. And if worse comes to worse, we gotta revivify just one. Which I think that's another way of getting someone out of your body if you're possessed, is dying and then coming back, right?
Technically.
It's an option we have. I'd like to not get to there, but let's be realistic. It's us.
How do people feel about that?
I'm not against it.
As a Ryan and DM question, if Hunter wanted to talk to Anwar about developing some sort of heavy sedative arrow or dart, how challenging would that be given, like, our access to alcohol and maybe other potential, chemical additives?
I think you're basically making a poison, and I don't know if there's any 5e poisons that put people to sleep, but that sounds like what it is.
Do you have any of the stupid arrows left?
I think I have 2 left.
You were made a couple, I think. So you might be able to use that still. It doesn't put anyone to sleep or anything, but it does kind of make...
Yeah, that reduces... It's basically Bane. I've got 2 left.
Oh, you know what? You also made some of those arms that you got out of the octopus things. I think some of those, let me check. There might have been sleep rays in one or two of those.
It's possible. Thing is with that, it won't work while the anti-magic cone is up, so...
Right.
Yeah.
So, if that's what happens...
Where the chemical stuff would work.
Presumably.
I mean, if we can introduce enough alcohol into the bloodstream... like, we'd need to... Oh, it wouldn't be a spell, but it would be, like... Anwar can make a plunger, and we would just need to mix enough alcohol with some blood to create a drunk arrow.
That sounds
or a drunk dart.
It sounds like a poisoner's kit, which, unless any of you are proficient in, would just be a roll without proficiency.
Well, the only one who might be proficient would be Andrew, right?
I know.
Yeah, I don't have poisonous
I don't
tools.
have that.
Okay.
But I mean, even with the Tinkerer's kit, you'd have the stuff to make it, just not with proficiency, I guess.
I mean, also, all these poisons I'm looking at, like, the cheapest one is 150 gold. That's like a good chunk.
Well, this would be like a con check to make them too drunk to function.
I don't think that even if something like that existed, even like a drink, I don't know if he'd be able to do it in a night.
Right.
Since this is happening
That's
tomorrow.
Fair. Yeah. Well, I mean...
You do have those stupid arrows already, though, so...
I do... Which...
Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you. Yeah, it's definitely different. Yeah, maybe that's like a long-term thing.
I do have many toolkits. Poisoners is not one of them. That doesn't feel very Anwar.
No. Don't mix that up with your toothpaste.
I'll put a pin in this one for tonight, just because that's... We'd have to come up with that later, probably. I don't think that's a thing that Anwar would just be able to develop.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Anything else anybody wants to do before this guy's coming into town?
Oh, if we wanted to test out this theory, I would want to talk to Ronan and see if he'd be willing to possess my body for a test run. And see... It wouldn't be the exact same situation, but it's a similar situation, so we may be able to get some idea of whether it would work.
He might honestly just know whether or not it would work too, right? If he's done it before.
I don't know. That's something, if you want to play with that.
Like, communing with Patreon and stuff like that, I'm pretty sure it's a pretty high level to do stuff like that, which is why I have you roll a D100 to see if he'll even answer you. So go ahead and roll a D100 if you want to try to contact him.
Yeah, I think it's like my level 14 feet or something.
Wow.
My God is an awesome God. He rocks. He's full of flames. He's badass and smokes cigars. My God is an awesome God.
First off, I love the anthem. Second, what the fuck, dude?
Oh, wow.
I wish I could roll half as well as you could on, like, a bad day. Like, what the fuck?
Hey, Ryan, can I get some music real fast for my communion real fast?
What music do you want?
Oh, something solemn but, like, fiery.
A 1%.
Solemn but fiery.
A 1% chance.
Okay, I don't know what that means.
Oh, man, I trust your judgment. I love you.
Alright, I can do solemn. What's that called? Lake of Ash?
Well, just because we're running late, I'm going to keep moving while we're getting music.
Ryan, how about Radon's Castle?
Dear Daddy.
The Halo chants.
Dear Daddy, I need you. I need you, Daddy. Come talk to me. My daddy full of smoke and fire. Come talk to me, Daddy.
Songs to feel your arsonist tendencies, and I feel like they can work.
Hey, kid. I ain't your daddy.
I mean, it's metaphor.
And smoke in a vision that you have. You are back over to the campsite that you first raided that was just like filled with dead bodies, and you're like suddenly kind of taken back. Actually, no, that's a better place would be you're taken back to the house inside your little mind palace thing. The house that was storming everywhere, and your mother was there and stuff. And there's just dead bodies all over the floor, and he just kind of like walks through the front door, being like, "I ain't your daddy. What do you want?"
Well, this one might be uncomfortable for you, but we're working out a plan. Got to see if this thing will kind of head off any possession. And I was wondering if you'd want to take these old bones for a test drive. See if the plan works. See if you get kicked out.
Can't possess you. But I've had someone who's been tailing you for a while now, ever since you asked for a friend to drop in.
Pardon?
Check your shadow sometime.
Check my shadow sometime.
If you want someone to possess you, he can do the deed. You just have to accept him into your heart.
What must I do?
Like I said, look to your shadow. Accept him into your heart.
Thank you, Daddy. I mean, thank you, Daddy. I mean, Daddy. I mean,
ain't
Daddy.
your daddy.
I mean,
Daddy. The door.
I like come back to real world. Dad,
you're back to the real world, and like you look over at your shadow, and I guess you decide what you want to do.
I notice it moves a little differently than I do. It copies me very well, but when I look at it in its face, there's like a slight head tilt and a bit of recognition there.
Yep. Yeah, the shadow just kind of moves, and then finally you just hear a voice inside your head that says, "So, you found me."
When the time comes, can I offer you a vessel? Temporarily?
Well, I was sent over to make sure that you stayed alive. Sure. I can be. If that helps you stay alive, sure. You can be my vessel.
What are your terms?
Just want to have fun.
Now, we can make that happen.
Then I think we're gonna be a great team.
Audemars, you let me know when and where, and I got you. For the test run.
For what exactly?
Oh, to make sure the thing can kick out the thing from the thing.
I don't really want to do this. Why are we doing this?
Oh, a test run to make sure the test works.
For getting you possessed, though?
Well, no, to get me unpossessed.
And what if it doesn't work?
Well, don't worry about it.
All right, that's fine. So if it's up to me, then my test run is never. So.
Oh, come on, coward! Don't be weenie.
Don't worry about it.
I see how you turned it around, and I respect that. But come on.
Oh, well, I didn't consider come on. Oh, what will I say to that?
Now listen, if this is going to work on Happy Dan, this is probably the closest thing we got to seeing if it'll work. Now, do you want to see if it'll work? See if it might work, or don't you?
You know, and actually, this is too important. Let's... Audra, Miss Chimera, if this doesn't work, I need you Unfortunately, you'll have to kill Hunter. So let's get this set up right away. We can go test this in the workshop.
Maybe if it's more of a subdue than a kill.
Here, let me put my weapon here.
You can make chains, right? So let's get him chained up.
I own chains already, and she can draw like the 10-foot chain she has with her.
So let's get the chains.
You want the lockpick tooth that you just okay.
No, the lockpick. Yeah, I slipped that in my mouth earlier because I needed it. So you take my lockpicks and my weapons.
Well, we're doing this right. Okay, so give me all your weapons.
I got 2 10-foot iron chains with which we can bind you right up. I don't have a 10 gold lock though, like Ron did.
I don't have the lock. That's my other character. We can do a test run. We can have Miss Kamira and Audra in the wings, ready to kill you if it goes wrong.
Well, maybe not.
And then we can
maybe
have
not
you
that
chained
one.
up, so we don't. It won't be as hard.
Wait.
This is a good idea. So let's go. Let's do that.
I'll see. This is some of that reverse psychology that I read about one of them chapters. No, that was from that fantasy book. That didn't turn out. Point is, all right, let's do it. I'm glad you see things my way.
Mm-hmm.
Do we know that this thing is friendly though? Really quickly, Hunter.
Well,
like if it inhabits you and it can't be kicked out, it's not going to like just raise hell everywhere. Just really quickly, just.
Well, you know that bard, Mindy Tropper?
Sure.
How she sang that song, "Ghouls Just Want to Have Fun"?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of where this thing is at.
So the ghoul just wants to have fun, but is the ghoul gonna kill anybody?
Well, no, not the ghoul won't kill anyone because if it doesn't work, you'll kill Hunter.
Well, I would.
I'm fond of Hunter, though.
No, I would say don't do that because the mission of this thing is to keep me alive. So by risking my well-being, it may turn on y'all.
Doesn't work, and you're the only other person who can undo this. So
right.
I would say this is a bad idea.
Right, you did.
But since we're doing it anyways, this is what's happening.
All right, maybe try bribery before killing, because again, it is trying to keep me alive for reasons. So, like,
sign a contract by chance, anything.
I don't. Anyway, so I think, but let's go for it. See how we do.
It's such a bad idea, but I love this idea so much.
As we walk toward the workshop, Audra's like, I was always a bigger fan of Ethereal Girl.
Oh, yeah, girl. Yeah, that's a good pull. That's a good pull.
And those are the 2 Cyndi Lauper songs I know. That's it.
All right. So, you're at the factory.
Mm-hmm.
Hunter's all chained up, no weapons, no
armor.
Yeah, Audra just like tightens it real up, and then like I would normally probably put the death ward on you, but I just don't know what's going to happen, so you'll forgive me if I save the spell.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, what do you do, Hunter?
I take to my knees and I open my palms and
you're chained up. I don't think you can move at all.
You're probably all like straight jacket.
Oh, well, I guess that's a good point. Am I chained up like werewolf to the wall style, or like one of the straight jacket?
I was thinking like full like Houdini.
Yeah, I was thinking like you're in a chair straight backed and it's like fully wrapped around you that way.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, okay.
Yeah, we're not drawing and quartering you.
So I can move my wrists, but I'm not like to the chair tied to it?
Yeah, like if you moved, you do that thing, you just would fall onto your side, like, help.
Okay, cool. Well, I'll turn my hands up and a little flame will pop up from it, and I'll kind of glare into it, and after some deep breaths, I'll open my eyes and gaze into it and say,
from the flame, there is a shadow that kind of shoots out. And as you're looking into it, that shadow that's cast from the flame just starts kind of like absorbing into you.
mm-hmm.
And your eyes kind of go back and up, and then your eyes kind of take over a blackish glaze over, very similar to Happy Dan's.
Take this vessel. Let me throw your stones.
All right, Dr. Claw.
Control my body.
Penny,
So-
he's back again. Dr. Claw.
You just hear like a... Oh, woo! Well, this is fun. All right, not as fun, but still. Well, you have some kind of test to do or something?
Yeah, Dad, can you do it now?
Like, opens up the eye and then bing, and it
No
shoots
hard
out.
feelings.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
I'd say before he opened it, he was in all sorts of thaumaturgy, like things are kind of banging, whooshing all around and stuff, and he was just kind of like igniting little flames in his hands. Just like, oh, this is so fun to be tangible. And then once the anti-magic goes, like just kind of the flames go out and all the rumbling kind of stops. He's like, oh, you took away all my fun.
Oh crap, it doesn't work.
Oh no, it doesn't.
You might have all your technology, but anybody who's well versed in the infernal arts knows possessions are not technically magical.
Question though.
Oh.
Is Happy Dan
Supernatural thing than a magical thing.
right? But is Happy Dan possessed and it's not magical, or is it mind, or is it using magic to?
I know. All I know is that from what I've eavesdropped, he's not possessed by a demon.
That's true
Unlike
too.
Hunter here, who is.
Appreciate your help. Yeah.
So, do we beat you up more? How does this work? How do we knock you out? Audra, can you do a thing?
Well, dispel magic would be what I would do, and it's not magic.
Respectfully, can we have our friend back now?
Give me one day with him. I'll give him back.
No.
Can't do that.
Well, then I guess I'll just wait here for a day. But I'm not going back into that shadow form when I just finally... I would love to move around more, but finally got a body to play with.
Does the day have to be right now?
I have a feeling you're not going to give me a second chance.
We've made promises with some...
Let me go.
We've
Then
made...
I will
Promises.
We have made deals with some shady characters, Mr. Demon.
What if we give you a day where you're not here in town, and you could just frolic, and I don't know.
Have you ever tried mushrooms? Hunter has.
No, that sounds fantastic.
Well, if you want them, it would have to be another day.
Tell you what, I will give the body back in less than a day if I can have the mushrooms now.
He's good, guys. This guy's good.
Okay, hold on. Cause if Hunter's got a guy via Pinky, we could probably go get some mushrooms.
You probably could get some mushrooms.
Do we need to roll for that, Richard? Do we have a good feeling we could go get mushrooms?
Mushrooms regularly, you can get mushrooms.
Okay. Audra's like looking at.
Feed him mushrooms and keep him chained to a chair.
Well, you get. My understanding is you'd get the feeling regardless.
This is the weirdest hostage situation I've ever seen.
I could never do mushrooms in my shadow form, but now with a body, I could have a out of body. I still want to do it anyway.
Have you been around long, by the way?
Have I been here for long?
Yeah.
I've been here for an eternity, but connected to him.
Yeah,
I'm doing that as a favor to his not his father.
His daddy.
Yeah. Devil
If
daddy.
that's the relationship,
It's
his daddy.
Devil daddy.
Well, if it is mushrooms you want, did we know this thing's name? Sorry, did we get it?
Shadow, right?
Yeah.
Shadow.
Mega Hunter.
Right. Well, Shadow, if you want mushrooms, I suppose they can be procured, but someone would still need.
Weird.
Someone would
You
need.
know, I'm not interested in giving you a name in case you could use it against me.
That's fair.
Someone.
Shadow, go with that.
Someone would need to stay guard here while the mushrooms are procured. And this is half Tony, half Audra saying this. So perhaps Kamira and I stay here, and Anwar, perhaps you should go procure the mushrooms?
Gonna go with your idea.
I'm
Don't
not
go
a
make
cop,
me
I
buy
promise.
drugs.
Make Anwar buy the drugs.
I'll go buy the drugs. Shit.
You give me the mushrooms. Allow me to move around freely, and by the time I come down, I will leave the body and move on.
You
Wait,
stay
wait,
in this
hold on,
room,
hold
though.
on.
This has changed.
That's a
Awesome.
fairly sized room. That's fair, I suppose. I don't need to go out everywhere. As long as there's a window or I could see the sun hitting. I want to experience things, but I can do it in here. That's fine. I can agree to that.
Guys, I like him, though.
Hold on. Audra, come here a sec.
What?
You can make people tell the truth, right?
I don't have that prepared.
That'd have been really helpful today, as we were going to summon a demon, and you could make him tell us his name.
I didn't think about it.
Yeah,
Do
you
you
did
wanna-
not start off today thinking it was going to end with demon summoning.
No. But if you want to... No, I don't have water walk prepared. That would be ironic. But if you want to walk on some water, we can do that. No, it is not. It's not prepared. But I can... If worst comes to worst and we do, I can bring Hunter back as Hunter.
The creature, the thing, has been not hostile. I don't...
If you would like to roll a religion check, Audra, you can go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm so mad. The thing doesn't work. What are we gonna do tomorrow?
Well, we know it doesn't work in this case. Oh boy, I know nothing about demons. Why can't you be possessed by a robot in a forest? Then I would know more.
Would you be willing to shake on it? You stay here in this room, you have your fun little trip, and then we get Hunter back. And maybe we will do this again sometime.
I have a feeling Hunter would be willing.
What was that?
Roll a persuasion, please.
Fuck.
Quick question. How many entrances and exits to this room are there?
Probably there's the main one, and then probably there's a area to the back, and probably numerous windows. Like,
Okay.
there's a number of areas he could escape from.
All right, okay. Noted.
Especially with Hunter's body.
Yeah, okay,
Alrighty,
yep.
then. He's sticks out his hand. Unfortunately, I can't really put much in the wrist, but yeah, go ahead. It's a deal.
It's a deal.
I'm planning
Guess
on
I'm
making
going-
a deal with the devil today.
Kamir, you're the one procuring the shrooms.
I will go get the drugs.
I will
Okay.
continue to
She's
stand
gonna
guard.
Turn and leave.
Guys, we can still just beat him up. We can still just knock him out. I feel like that's still a viable option.
Do you want to? Like, we're...
Once it will be funny, but it will not make me leave.
We are incredibly short on allies.
What if he's lying? What if he's lying? Because we know if we beat him up, it will make him leave.
Good point. We should incite this deal because we didn't. So let's just do that real quick. I don't think we did.
No. I think he's a stand-up guy. I should.
Well, did you see it on that nat 20 for a moment?
That was
That-
close.
Now I know everything about demons.
Well, the 13 is like, well, you know not to trust a demon.
Yep.
And the 14, I know extra not to trust one. Oh boy.
You also know not to trust him. You have a pretty strong feeling that he is that he's hiding some cards.
Yeah.
Yep.
As per devil shit. Yeah. Yeah.
Richard, I'm going to perpetually hold the casting of Spirit Guardians throughout his whole, like, shindig.
You can do that for an hour?
Well, how long can you hold an action for?
I mean,
a round.
Hours long.
Okay. No. I don't mean the spell. I just mean, like, being ready to cast it.
Okay.
I want to be, like, in case... Because then I can at least every exit, he's got, like, holy things hitting him, you know?
So, is this what's happening? Are we getting him some drugs?
I think we're giving... Let's get the devil high.
All right.
The thing is, I don't want to piss him off.
I still say we beat him up.
I don't want to piss it off, though, because, I mean, this could be a pretty cool person to have on our team. But also,
Yeah.
Cindy's a sucker for this shit. But also, I see the value in beating Hunter up.
But beating him up won't get rid of the possession.
That'll make me feel better.
Okay, fair. Fair. Well then, as soon as like Chimera leaves to go get the drugs, Audra will be like, Anwar, I don't feel a need to punch Hunter, but now that, well, I guess your father is still here, but I feel like maybe you didn't want to do it in front of Miss Chimera, as you call her, but I won't stop you.
God damn it, Hunter. Why did you have to be right?
While we have a moment, Shadow, just a quick question. I had a brief period of time where I was touched by the Shadowfell. Nothing looked or smelled or tasted good. Is it like that for you all the time?
Me? I can't taste. I can't truly feel. I can kind of sense. I can kind of see and hear. It's more of a sonar thing, but kind of like if you could just kind of sense an area. But no good feelings of taste and smell and touch. I would like to do all of those things, and I finally have the opportunity to do it. And so I'm not going to let this chance up.
So you don't really get to experience anything unless you're possessing something.
Not the way you tangible people do, no. I'm quite enjoying this. It's much better than the abyss I come from.
Does it need to be an organic being?
Yes, and it's very hard to get someone to accept you into their heart. But that's exactly what Hunter did.
I see. Well, we'll just wait on Chimera with those mushrooms now.
Just curious, Shadow. How often does that happen? How often do people willingly give themselves up to be possessed by a demon?
Not often enough, let me tell you.
Yeah, that somehow tracks.
I guess that's where we're gonna leave it here.
Hey, that's 2 out of so many campaigns, you know.
Have deals been made with devils in every long campaign?
It's inevitable. It always happens.
Yeah.
It's fun!
Yeah!
Yeah.
Say what?
Was there a deal with the devil in Centra? I don't remember that.
Maybe there wasn't.
Entra...
I mean, Val joined a cult, which is close.
Val did join a cult.
That wasn't like an evil cult, though. They played music.
No, it was like a drug
Music
and
of
sex cult.
evil. They were not. No, they were a music cult. They definitely were just music. Well, that was something. We'll pick up.
Was something.
We'll pick up in 2 weeks with that. Yeah, because we're
2 weeks.
Yeah, because we're off next Monday. People got things to do.
Right.
I'm trying to catch the
Monday after
Northmen.
Easter.
You know what I'm saying?
Sorry. Gonna be gone.
It's all good. Well, that was an episode.
Yeah.
Episode.
Well, I'm gonna close out the stream, so we'll see everybody next time for high possessed hunter.
Yep.
I'll have to find some way to prepare for that.
Yeah, I guess
I wonder, what could you do to get that feeling?
Yeah, so Andrew, I'll probably give you the reins back over to him because we'll have enough time to prep what he would be, so that way you can still play and stuff.
Okay. Because I was enjoying the mouth syncing, the lip syncing to what you were doing part. But man, I don't know if I could do that for a whole session.
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I want you to be able to play and not just sit there. So we'll just go over what his motivations are and stuff, and then you can take it from there.
Cool.
All right. Well, we'll see that in 2 weeks. Bye-bye, stream.
Ah.
Yeah.